hello. And good time zone. And what is up, gamers? Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Hello, hello. Hope you are having wonderful Thursdays. It's very good to be back. Literally, as soon as I said hello, my brain went, yeah, you know what? This is a good time to have a headache. So I have a headache now, but it's fine because I have tea, so I'll be okay. Anyways, I hope y'all are doing good. I hope you're having nice times, good days, all that jazz. It is lovely to be back. Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, many distractions. Welcome in. How are you doing? And thank you very much indeed for the lurk, Turnip. Much appreciated. I hope you have a lovely, lovely lurk. And hello, Alba. Welcome on in. How goes? Many distractions. Just hope the headache gets better. Oh, thank you very much indeed. I'm sure I'll be fine. As I say, I'm hydrating, so it should be okay. But yeah, I mean, it's been a day already. I've been up and about doing things all day, so yeah, it's getting towards the end of my daytime. So it's there it is. It's about time to get on with doing some fun stuff, like painting. Anyways, how's everyone doing? It's lovely to see y'all. It's lovely to be here. And so I'm making my way, as you may well know, through Hollow Knight Art Month, and today's word of the day is Ancient Basin. It's 2 words, in fact. It is a location in the game Hollow Knight, if you're not familiar. I won't give away too much. I don't want to spoil it for you. And I will say that my take on the prompt is also real stupid. Silly, hello, and thank you very much for the lurk. Have a lovely lurk. I very much appreciate it. Any distractions says doing good. Just did some voluntary work for the Canal and River Trust. Ooh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you for doing nice things for our canals and rivers. That's so cool. Awesome. I hope you had a really good time. But yes, basins. I'm sorry. This is deeply stupid of me. But I had no choice. I was racking my brain trying to think of what to do. So for anyone who's not familiar, Hollow Knight Art Month is a 31-day art prompt list that takes place over the month of May. And one of the wonderful prompts is this location, Ancient Basin. And that's today's, and that's why we're painting this today. I'm just getting my paints ready. I mislaid this swatch yesterday and spent ages looking for it, and I realized I'd put it in the same box as these paints. Very different in personality, these 2 paint sets, I think you'll agree. But yeah, at least I found it, so that's good, because I do use both of these paint sets when I do Hollow Knight fan art in general, because you get these, all of the locations in Hollow Knight tend to be quite muted and subdued, so these colors work really, really well, but they've got these, like, background bits of, like, glowiness that are quite bright, actually, if you look at them, and so I find this set works really, really well for that, and that's what we're going to use them with for today as well. But, okay. I have to give some background to what the heck is going on in this piece and why it relates to the Ancient Basin. So I really wanted to do like a character-based piece for this, but to be honest, there aren't a lot of characters that you meet in the Ancient Basin. There's like a few creatures. You get a map from like the map guy, Cornifer, and there's a stag station, so you can ride the stag to and from the location. But other than that, there's just a couple of enemies and some spoilery boss fights. And that's about it. So I thought these 2 guys don't have a lot to do in the game, but they show up in one of the hot springs that are dotted throughout the game environment. And so my thinking was to have them, the implication here is that they've arrived at the Ancient Basin having spent some time in the hot spring steaming their puddings here in ancient basins, like Pudding Basin. Because I'm like that. It's so convoluted and so stupid. I just wanted to draw these guys. That's it. I just wanted to draw these guys. But also, the way that these guys appear in game, you only see them from about, like, the waist up, actually. So I had to extrapolate what I thought their feet might look like, and I came up with this. I don't know if that's what their feet would look like, but it's what their feet look like now. So here we are. Maybe Distractions hums the corner for music. Oh, can I do it? Etc. etc. So cute. I love that he just loves his work so much that he does a little hum along with it. I also prepared a sketch for tomorrow's prompt in case we have drying time or we have to wait for anything. Which was okay. I'm gonna before I show you this one proper, I need to introduce it because the prompt word is shade gate, and it's one of those cases where I had this idea of like the composition of the piece that I wanted to do, and like almost everything that I've painted as fan art for Hollow Knight has been in the same like 2D view as the game itself. Partly because I like the way that looks, and partly because it is also kind of easier than trying to extrapolate. I've only ever seen this thing or this space from this one angle. My brain doesn't always do super great at trying to like turn that and figure out what it would look like if I sort of, turned like say 45 degrees and was like looking at things from a different angle. Would that be weird? But in this case, I had this the first thing that came into my head was this idea of just the little guy staring at this shade gate, which, if you don't know, is sort of this sort of barrier that you get occasionally throughout the game to delineate areas that you can't access until you get a certain ability later on in the game, but you'll come across them in earlier areas that you then have to go back to, and there's like extra bits of them that you can access then. Basically it blocks you off from doing things that are a little bit farther along and a little bit more advanced super early in game when you're absolutely not ready for it. And it's just, it's a fun use of like, here's how you use this ability. But I decided to turn it around so we actually were looking sort of from behind the little guy, from their perspective, looking at what the shade gate would look like. And it's been very, very difficult for me to conceive. So I've just got, there they are, sort of from the back. And I've tried to extrapolate what I think a shade gate might look like from this angle, and there's no way of me knowing whether or not this would be correct. But basically, I'm going to have to draw sort of the entire scenery behind this and then cover most of it with, like, billowing stuff. So that's going to be super fun. I look forward to painting an entire scene and then covering most of it in sort of weird void material. Love that for me. Anyways, I'm going to sip my coffee. I have too many beverages today. I overdid it. That's because I didn't finish my coffee from earlier. Do you ever make yourself a beverage and it is so delicious that you're loath to finish it? Because that's been this coffee for me. This coffee is so delicious and so good that I don't want it to be done because I love it with my entire heart. It's so yummy. I don't want it to be gone. So I have this very cold coffee now that I'm still really enjoying. But I also made tea. So I did not know I owned this tea. I've never, it was sealed. I'd never had it before. It's Black Forest tea, and I've had, one sip. Can confirm it is kind of superb. It is very, very nice. It's one of those teas that tastes like dessert, but it's really, really nice. So, yay, love that for me. Anyways, how's everybody else doing? No pressure, obviously, but, yeah, how are you? Hope you have had a good week. I've had a fairly normal week, apart from trying to think ahead and make plans for when I'm going to be out of town. Also having to arrange a plumber because I've got a dripping tap that's been going on for a little while. I've got a terrible drawing time already. Oh, okay. All right, okay. Hey, Samantha, how's it going? Welcome on in. Hello, hello. Let me go get the terrible drawing time canvas for you. Whew, okay. Well, that was a long trip across the studio, and I'll tell you for why. I stopped on the way to grab some ibuprofens because my headache has turned into a lower backache. So I want to try and nip those in the bud so we can have fun. Anyways, Samantha wants to see the knight standing at an easel ready to partake in Hollow Knight Art Month, which is adorable. And I would love to do it. First, I swallow my ibuprofens. That's one of the reverse culture shocks I've been thinking about lately. I completely forgot. Now, in this country, you can go to, like, the supermarket or the pharmacy shop or whatever and buy, you know, like, a 16 blister pack of ibuprofens for, like, 50p. In Canada, you can buy a giant tub of, like, 500 of them. Which feels really foreign and weird now. Because I haven't seen it in so long. Like, what? Canada's gonna be interesting, I think. But it's those little things that you kind of just take for granted, and then when you see something that's different about something as basic as, like, you know, a standard, like, generic branded, basic painkiller, you're like, wait, what? Well, that's a lot in one purchase, as many distractions. They don't even let you buy that much in one go at all in the UK. I know! Like, the most packets that you get here are, like, 16 tablets. So if you're, like, super sick and you're gonna want to stay home and rest for a few days, and you're probably gonna take the max number that you're allowed to take in a day, that's like 2 days worth, which honestly is good because it reduces the risk of people, you know, like, overdoing it and harming themselves potentially by, like, exceeding the recommended dosage or, you know, taking over-the-counter ibuprofens every day for too many days or that kind of thing. So, like, I'm here for them coming in smaller packets, honestly. It's really, really weird seeing the reverse now, because I'd never thought of it before when I lived in Canada, but now I'm like, ooh, like, why? You don't need that many. Anyways, but also you might want to just get all of them in one go and have, like, a year's worth. Because it's cheaper. I don't know. Anyways, point is, terrible drawing time. Hello. Samantha says, I remember working tills we had a pop-up to check the number of customers if anyone tried to buy more than 2 packs at a time. Yep, exactly. They still, when we go through the, like, self-checkout at the supermarket, if we're getting a thing of, like, ibuprofens or paracetamols or whatever, they will still, like, stop and a member of staff has to come over and check that we're adults. Like, they don't do that back in the old country. It's just kind of a free-for-all. It's really weird. Anyways, let me introduce what the heck these little drawings are. This is terrible drawing time. It is a phenomenon which exists here for some reason, by which, for 5,000 channel points, I've got 5 minutes or less to draw a character or concept of your choosing, from memory or sight unseen, on the terrible drawing canvas. Here's the terrible drawing canvas so far. And I'm going to draw the knight standing in an easel ready to partake in Hollow Knight Art Month. Very exciting. Okay, so I need to set myself a timer for 5 minutes and then figure out how the heck I'm going to do this. I shall try my very best to do them justice. I mean, I've been painting them a lot this month, but that doesn't mean I'm going to do a good job. 5 minutes on the clock, starting now. Let's go. Okay. So, I'm gonna pop them over here next to this guy, I think, but sort of a little bit further, closer to the floor of the paper, so to save on space, shall we say. Anyways, I'm gonna start with their little head, which is kind of the shape of a little, like, Lego situation. And I always get the width of these a little bit wrong. But, you know, it'll be fine. Okay. And they're kind of looking this way, so I'm going to try and do their eyes accordingly. And I'll color them in so they don't look creepy. Here we go. They're looking a little bit chubby today, but you know what? I think that's really cute of them. And instead of having a instead of having a their usual nail sort of attached to the back of their poncho, I'm going to have them having a little paintbrush. And I'll just color in their little body, because it's that color. Yay! Aw, they look so excited to be doing an artwork. Lego Hollow Knight, let's go! Says Betty's Tractions. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Now, what the heck does an easel look like? Ah, geez. Okay, so it's got like the bit that goes up the top. They've got a nice big boy canvas here. It's kind of held in place like so. And the little legs go like that. Doot. There's like, I think maybe there's one leg at the back. I don't know. None of the legs are the same length. Wow. Let's just add some little feet to make it look like that's intentional. It's got pointy bits and a canvasy bit. Yeah, Samantha, that's right. Thank you for that. And then what are they going to be? What have they drawn so far? I think they're going to do a little drawing of they're going to do a little drawing of them and their big sister doing a high five. Hang on. I can do their faces a little better than that. I can do their face better. Sorry, little guy. Oh, geez, that face is worse. It is very hard to get a detail this tiny. High fives! Yeah! Yay! Well, I think they did an amazing artwork personally, and I think that they should be very proud. So this is my attempt at terrible drawing time. Samantha, I hope you're happy. I'm very proud. Yeah. Anyways, so that's that. That's terrible drawing time for now. Let me pop the terrible drawing canvas away. Oh, yeah. So I had a special delivery today. Now, one of the things I received, it was from a very special shop. And one of the things I received was my nephew's birthday gift. I will not be showing that on stream, just in case, that was the timer, just in case for some completely bonkers reason my nephew is watching this stream, which they should not be, because this is an adult stream for grown-ups. And they are not old enough to use Twitch. So, the likelihood is extremely unlikely, but I can't wholeheartedly rule it out. So, I will not tell you what my nephew's birthday gift is, but I really hope he likes it. But I will tell you what my moderator/spouse's belated birthday gift is. Now, most of his birthday gift was, we went on a nice little sort of 2-day trip to a nearby city and had a luxurious, well, not super expensive because, you know, like, we're poor, but, like, luxurious for us kind of experience, which was really, really, really nice. We had a wonderful time. We swam in a swimming pool, and we ate fish and chips, and we got coffees, and it was a beautiful, wonderful time. And I also got him a nice new shirt, but I wanted to get him something silly and fun, so I got him these. I only got 2 because I figured if I got more than 2, I was just increasing the likelihood that we get a whole bunch of repeats, which is what happened with the last series we bought any of these of. We bought like 4 boxes from, I think, the Marvel movie characters series, and we just got Giant Man 4 times, and we're like, what are we supposed to do? Every time we'd open it, it was like, no! How are you Giant Man again? We got so many Giant Men. There's like 4 Giant Men somewhere in the house. I mean, they're minifigure size, but the character, I think, is called Giant Man. Anyways. I think he's a man who can get really tall. Anyways. I don't know. I'm not up on the lore. Anyways, but these characters are like space people. There's like an astronaut, and there's this astronaut, and then there's an astronaut from a green planet. There's like a robo penguin. There's this guy who's very cute looking. There's an alien tourist. There's a lot of very cute stuff going on in this series. I love space things. My partner loves space things. There's a little, oh my god, do you see the robot puppy? There's a robot puppy. So, very hoping that they're not 2 of the same figure. But we shall see. Sen says, steps onto the platform, waiting for the train to Ancient Basin. Hello! Welcome to the Ancient Basin. I mean, all you can see is the tram platform, because that's all I've drawn here, but never mind. Hello. Sen, how's it going? Welcome on in. Lovely to see you. Hello, hello. What was I going to say? Ancient Basin tram station. I would like to see a picture of it, please, because I know there's some, like, textures and stuff on this floor, and I just want to try and get it kind of right. I would love to try and get it kind of right. I feel like that would be nice. Kinda right is a good standard to live by. This is just going to be guesswork because it's an angle that you don't normally see. You don't normally see the game from. Also, you don't really see a lot of the environment here because they're just standing right in front of the tram. So, whoops. Also, if you want to see, I've been working on some paintings from later days of the event. I haven't finished either of these 2. I was working on them yesterday and earlier today, because I'm trying to speed run the last half of the month because I'm not going to be here. But this is what I'm doing for Nightmare King Grim. They're doing a very fancy dance. And this is Crystal Dash. I'm really these were supposed to be sort of like crystals around the edges of the environment that kind of, they looked a lot better when they were wet, and then they dried down and now they look weird and I don't know what to do about it. I might have to go over and give those a little additional, like, sort of just definition or something, because many distractions says, vampire boyfriend! Yeah, he's gonna be fabulous. They're busting a move. It's very dramatic. Mine's the gap when getting off. Thank you, Sen. Glad to hear it. Nice and safe. I think this stream is exactly what my mind needs right now. Cozy, calm, and safe. I hope I can be all of those things. I shall endeavor to, of course. Speaking of safety, where's my masking tape? There's my masking tape. I need some masking tape. I'm going to use some masking fluid as well, I think. I don't need a lot of it for this, I don't think. There's a lot of haze and fade, and the colors of this environment are quite subdued. They're quite subdued, so it should be fine. Anyways, I have the music from, I've been getting ads like consistently I get a lot of ads for like travel on my I don't know why, but I get a lot of ads for travel on like YouTube and stuff. I get ads for houses and new housing development on my Instagram. I get ads for traveling on my YouTube. It's like, you people think I have so much more money than I do. Home ownership, pipe dream. Travel, honestly, basically visiting family. I was hoping that we might be able to get to like a European city or something this year. Or maybe like Scotland or something, but everything is far away enough that it's like it takes 6 hours to get there and back or something like that. And then I'm like, if it's 6 hours there and back, I'm gonna be wiped the first day that we get there. And then if we're coming back the next day or something like that, it's like I didn't really get to experience it, you know what I mean? But then if we stay more days in a hotel, it starts to get really expensive. And I'm just a tiny little husk with no money, so there's a lot that we can't do, which is really frustrating. I always figured that by the time I hit my that I don't know, I'd be a little bit more free and a little bit less continuously scared about money, but here we are. This tea, on the other hand, is amazing. Dan says, bing bong! Hello to my favorite Ancient Basin. Falls in gap. No, I told you to mind the gap. What are you doing? What are you doing? You gotta mind that gap, Dan. Also, hi, how are you doing? It's wonderful to see you and welcome in. Hello, hello. I do apologize for the persistent, Come on. There we go. The persistent masking fluid bottle shaking noises just then. This stuff is so gross. It really is. It's fine once it's dry, but it also tends to dry on the inside of the cap. And, yeah, that's not pleasant. And then it kind of, sometimes it makes it difficult to open because it's, like, stuck to it and getting in the way, and... yeah. Yeah, it's a bit gross. I have honestly no idea how this stuff works. It kind of boggles my mind a little bit, but, that's better, isn't it? But, it is incredibly useful for stuff like this. Just allows me to be a little bit more free with, doing, like, wet washes and stuff and knowing that it's not going to get into bits of the painting that I absolutely do not want to fade into other bits of the painting. Like, these guys need to definitively be in the foreground of the piece, you know what I mean? But, yeah. No, pulls them out of the gaps and said, thank you, Sen, you're a lifesaver. Amazing. She says, this lady finished her commission. Sadly could not show it because it's a very personal piece of a deceit. That's fair. Got paid and also got a tip of Game Pass. Hell yeah. Congratulations on all of the above. Sounds like a very productive time and a very pleasant one as well. Very nice. I hope you enjoy your Game Pass content. Dan says, it warm, but maybe too warm, but also kind of nice compared to not warm at all. So yay. I ate some ice cream. Ice cream, good shout. Oh. If my body tolerated dairy better. That being said, there are some very good dairy-free ice creams. We really like the... I think actually even more so my partner than I has really gotten into the Swedish glacé ice cream that is dairy-free. And it comes in a raspberry flavor that is very creamy and very nice. Personally, my favorite ice cream flavor is strawberry. If I could get a really good, like, plant-based or dairy-free or lactose-free strawberry ice cream, I would be so absolutely over the moon with that. Oh my god, it's ruining my brush already. I can't get nice clean lines on here because my brush is just absolutely splayed apart and going everywhere. Can you please just hold somewhat of a point for this? Jeez. Anyways, ooh, Botany Manor, cozy puzzly sounds very pleasant. Shall I ask what flavor was the ice cream that you ate, Dan? Out of curiosity, if you want to share. And what is everyone's favorite flavor of ice cream or non-dairy alternative, if you are a fan? I'm very versed in train travel, since then the gap is the enemy. Always mind the gap. There are some big boy gaps in some of the, some stations. It is concerning. I have had to, there have been train/platform combinations where it wasn't so much the gap as like the height of the train relative to, like the height of the train doors relative to that particular platform, where I have had to enlist my partner's help getting off the train because I'm too tittle and I was scared of jumping down because I'm small. Mango. Ooh, mango ice cream. Mozartkugel. What flavor is Mozart? I thought that was a man. Yeah, since I was debating on streaming it, but my wired connection to my PC is broken and my Wi-Fi internet was less stable. Ah, beans. I hope that you're able to get that sorted then. The ice cream place at Yemen's has so many good flavors. Oh, I love that for you. Pie! Hello, Lina. Welcome in. Oye, Savalas to you too. How are you doing? Sadly, they closed last year, so said, oh no, I'm so sorry. That sucks. Dan says, mine was caramel, bought a big tub. Oh, that sounds good. Just munched from it until I felt guilty. Oh, that sounds nice, though. I love caramel. Caramel anything is good. Love that for you. Favorite ice cream flavors are coffee or coconut? Oh, coffee is nice. I do tend to go for, if I am actively seeking, like, refreshment, I tend to go for, like fruity flavors like strawberry or lemon, that kind of thing. But, I had a really nice raspberry sorbet recently at we'd had quite a rich meal. This was when I was out having my partner's birthday dinner. We'd had quite a rich meal. We both had fish and chips, which was, pretty intensive, pretty deep fried, pretty heavy. It was delicious, but it was, it's a reasonably sized portion. And then as we were walking back to our room, he was like, you know what? I could kind of go for some ice cream. Do you think there's anywhere, like, that we can get ice cream that's open? And I was like, I can take a look. And so I took a look, and I did find that there was an ice cream place that was open for another hour at that point. I think it was like 8 p.m. And there was indeed an ice cream place that was open for another hour. So I directed us towards there, and we got ourselves some ice cream. I think he got like cherry cheesecake, and I got raspberry sorbet, and it was absolutely the right choice. So refreshing. Very, very nice. Anyways. Says, I especially prefer the Weber Mozartkugel that you can buy here. And the Constanze Kugel has milk chocolate instead of the darker variant that Mozart has. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Ah, it's chocolate, nougat, and marzipan. Oh, that is a good combination. Sounds very good. I don't think he invented it since then, but it was probably made in his honor. It probably was. You can buy so many different kinds of Salzburg. Yeah, that makes sense. I need to go to there sometime. It sounds cute. But there's so many places I need to visit, and, I can't because money or time. But never mind. I'm looking forward to seeing Toronto and maybe Hamilton in a few weeks. Which is actually quite exciting. I'm looking forward to dooting around on the Toronto subway and taking a lot of photos of the signs on there, because there's some interesting history. I mean, it's probably only interesting to me about the sort of signage in the Toronto subway. I love these little guys. They're just chilling. They're just having a nice time. Oh my god, another terrible... I swear we just did a terrible drawing time. How is it terrible drawing timeable already? There is a cooldown. I guess I've been, chit-chatting for that long. Hot damn. And I'm not making a controversial pizza, says Lina. I like that you're leaving it up to me what's going to be controversial about it. Like, I wonder what the controversial ingredient will be. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You're just going to have to wait and see. Anyways. Oh, have you already done one? Says Lino. Yeah, I did one earlier. I did one of the little guy from Hollow Knight doing Hollow Knight Heart Month. It's always terrible drawing time, says Samantha. Well, that just makes me feel bad about my regular drawings. Oh, no! I know you didn't mean it, but... Aw. Anyways, I'm gonna do a terrible drawing. No. Where's terrible drawing Tim? Listen, Tim is trying his best. How many times have we been over this? Right. Controversial pizza. As done by Anna now. We've got 5 minutes on the clock. Allow me to explain what terrible drawing time is for anyone who's come in since the last terrible drawing time. This is the terrible drawing canvas on which I draw your suggestions for 5,000 channel points. I've got 5 minutes or less to draw a character or concept of your choosing from memory or sight unseen on the terrible drawing canvas, which gets filled up and then I forget to put it on Discord. Here's the Discord for if I ever actually catalog all of the terrible drawing times. Maybe I will. Maybe I was wondering if I should make like a redeem for like, I don't know, 500,000 channel points or something. That's, I will take your terrible drawing time and turn it into an actual painting. But I'm not sure I want to do that. Because I don't know if I can bring myself to curse myself that much, because that feels like playing with danger a little bit more than I'm comfortable with. Anyways, hey Theo, how's it going? It's nice to see you. Tim's drawings are actually terrible. I said Tim was trying his best. Hey. Dan says, did I ever mention that a relative of mine designed and built part of the Toronto rail transit? No, you did not, Dan. No, you did not. Oh my goodness. That's rad as heck. Do you know what bit? I'd love to know. 5 minutes on the clock, starting now. Anana. Getting his pizza makeage on. Okay. Where am I going to put this beautiful little guy? He's going to go over here. I'm not putting anything next to the stinky death flower because it's just gross. Anyways. Anana's over here. And, let me just draw him in. Please ignore the fact that the dungarees make no sense. I forget how I did Anana's, like, legs and feet for this, so, just bear with. There is an Ananas stream sticker, incidentally, so I could look, but no, that's, you know what that is? That's cheating, that's what that is. There's Anana's lovely foliage. Here he is. He's going to be using his little hand to sprinkle some toppings onto this controversial pizza, which is going to be here. And he's sprinkling some toppings. His other hand, he's just going to be chilling, because I don't know what to do with his other hand! Yeah! Now, as for the controversy, what shall I do? Well, first of all, I want it to be known that the sauce is on top of the cheese, because that's inappropriate. And then, oh, what are some, Theo says, I remember when you painted the sticker and said that if anybody has complaints about the dungarees, that's what they look like on the original, beautifully neglecting to mention that you designed the dungarees yourself with no instructions. I mean, also true, yes. Anyways, okay, pizza topping time. I'm just gonna put a whole... I'm gonna put a whole, like, super disgusting fish, but also I'm gonna add some, ooh, you know what'll go really well with this fish, is some, like, sliced tinned peaches, you know the ones, like these kinds of things. Those are some sliced tinned peaches. And what goes really well with sliced tinned peaches? We're going to add in some little capers everywhere. And did I mention that the sauce is on top of the cheese? So the cheese doesn't get any browning and it barely melts. And there's way too much sauce and it's super soupy and messy and disgusting. So yeah, this pizza is bad. This pizza is bad. And I'm sorry you have to see it, but also, I hope you're happy. He's saying, je regrette tout, lol. He's just like, I regret everything. He doesn't feel good about this. He does not feel good about it. He is not going to enjoy this pizza. He's going to take a bite and be like, pourquoi, non. Je suis très triste, he will say. Le pizza, c'est super bad. Anyways. Right. I'm catching up with chat because I feel like I have missed a lot of things. Blurp. 500,000 channel points for actually painting long Crash Bandicoot. No, oh god, I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh no. Oh no, it sounds real bad. Dan says, I will Google. It was my granddad's sister's husband, so my granddad's brother-in-law, whatever that is to me. That is a... Is that a great uncle-in-law? I think that's a great uncle-in-law. But 500,000 says that is a steal. Quick save, make them more expensive. Can I make redeems for 1 million channel points? I don't know. How long would you have to watch the stream for to get to 1 million channel points? Possibly more time than I actually have ever spent streaming. Anyways, anchovies are always controversial. Anchovies creep me out, and I don't like them. I love the dungarees, says Theo. Thank you. I love them too. Dan says, oh my god, he designed and built the Go Transit system. That is so cool. That is so super cool. Oh my goodness, that is rad as heck. Oh, good old Go Transit. I love those. I'm going to be taking those trains real soon to go to places. I'm very excited. That's so cool, Dan. Hell yeah. I love hearing about these, like, really random connections. Since this is the one my mom got yesterday, had surprises hidden under the cheese. No, that's why I hate putting toppings under the cheese, because then you don't know what you're going to bite into. No. No, I don't like that. What is with the Crack Bandicoot? Oh, yeah, so Long Bandicoot is a redeem that we had on a previous Terrible Drawing canvas. So here he is trying to reach something on the bottom shelf, and I couldn't figure out how he'd be able to do it, and he's having a bad time, so there you go. Most controversial pizza, I ate 100% salt and not oh no, Sen, that sounds really unpleasant. That sounds really unpleasant. A pizza where the tomato sauce is actually tinned tomato mackerel. Oh wow. I'm not feeling that. Nope. No, thank you. Love Long Bandicoot, says Theo. I mean, they're one of my creations, so I guess they're okay. My controversial pizza opinion is that I do not like them, says Samantha. That is very, very valid of you. Absolutely. 100%. Toppings on top of the cheese. Yeah, you want to know where it be. Topping under the cheese is controversial. I feel like cheese under the sauce is controversial unless you're in Chicago. But this is obviously not a deep dish pizza. This is like a thin crust hand-tossed pizza. And he's just put some weird tinned fish. I mean, I do actually quite like a lot of tinned fish, but not this one. Not on a pizza like that. As well as some like tinned peach slices and capers. And too much sauce. So, none. Oh, it was deadly for me because mushrooms. Oh no, I'd die. I don't wanna die from pizza. That sounds unpleasant. Okay. Here we go. I need to look up this cut. I think the cut. I shall name him Long de Coot, says many distractions. Oh my god, I kind of love that, actually. That's great. That's amazing. Okay, we're less than an hour into stream, and I am about to start painting, so hurrah for me, I guess. I am very aware of the fact that I like need to be speedrunning this, this art month. So, let's get some washes down on the tram windows. Do-do-do. And if this paint looks like I haven't added enough paint to it, that's because this is just water. And I quite like using this like wet on wet technique for stuff like like just sort of getting like a background color in the first instance before I'm actually like putting details on. I just find that the actual like background color ends up looking, I think, cooler and smoother and gives really nice, interesting textures, as opposed to if I was just painting it straight on, sometimes it can kind of look a bit streaky or patchy in ways that you don't so much get when you're just doing this. And it kind of just falls where it will. This color is very the sauce packet, like the cheese powder sauce packet that comes with Kraft Dinner. Oh, damn, I'm gonna have to make sure that there is space in my suitcase to bring back Kraft Dinner from Canada in a couple weeks. Because you know what? Despite, like, I never ate Kraft Dinner when I lived in Canada, but do I like having Kraft Dinner nights here with the Kraft Dinner that I bring back from Canada? Yes, of course I do. Because it's weirdly nostalgic, even though I, like, never really made it for myself that often at all. I would have it maybe, like, once a year. At most. And yet, it's a thing I look forward to getting and bringing. I don't know if you can hear, like, the yard work noises happening outside, but if you can, I really apologize. I really do. That is so hecking annoying. Y'all. Please chill. Do you have to leaf blow exactly when I'm streaming? Do you have to stream when I'm streaming? Honestly. No, it's fine. It's not as bad as I wanted to record some audio the other night because I wanted to post a little video to Instagram and I needed to record some voiceover for it. And my neighbors were listening to music, but unfortunately, I think they're quite hard of hearing, actually, because they put the volume up super loud. To which I say, listen, I have hearing, like, experts in my family, and I know that if you are having to put the TV and music up that loud, please just go see a hearing expert. Like, there are resources available that can help you. And, you know, some of it will be covered by, like, public health. Please. Please, please. Please go get a look at that. Anyways. Okay, so that's background. But anyways, yeah. I did end up putting up a little video on my Instagram. My Instagram is here, by the way. I've been getting notifications from Instagram to say that, they're like, you know, Instagram users who post 10 or more reels in a month get more and better growth. And then every time I do it, and I cave to that notifications pressure, and I'm like, okay, fine, I'll post a reel. And then I post a reel, and you know what happens? That reel gets like 29 views and like 10 likes. And I'm like, is this, the incentive isn't working. No one likes my reels, Instagram. I'm gonna stick to posting static pictures that actually people seem to enjoy, kind of. To a fairly limited extent, and I don't reach any, like, new people who aren't already following me, and, you know, the people who are following me generally don't all like my stuff, but that's fine. But just they're always dangling that sort of in front of you, like, make more videos. And it's like, okay, I made more videos. And then it's like, we're not going to show your videos to anybody. I've got bones to pick with Instagram. I don't want to blame Instagram entirely for, like, I don't know, me not being more successful as a creator. Because obviously that's stupid. At some point you've got to look internally and say, okay, maybe the problem is just me and I just put out a somewhat weird and off-putting energy to people. And so I have a fairly niche audience, and I love that niche audience. Y'all are breathtaking. I don't want to be the person that everyone in the world loves, because, I don't know, that's Taylor Swift. And I don't want to be Taylor Swift, because I'm me. And to be honest, I think that Taylor Swift's music is just fine. I don't know if that's a hot take. That's not me trying to be, like, pretentious music fan or anything either. I just think, it's fine. Her music is fine. Anyways. Okay. Catching up with chat, because I had a little rant there. I do apologize. I wish that there was, like, a properly viable alternative to Instagram, so I didn't feel beholden to, like, posting stuff there all the while, the way that I do. Anyways. Sen says, I currently have construction work in the street, yay! And they're replacing water piping the day of the street, yay! I mean, these are all things that are gonna be, like, a net good in the long run, but are really frustrating in the short term, so I feel that. Sen says, woke up several times the last days from, oh my god, the whole house vibrating, jeez Louise. I'm sorry, that sounds super unfun. Theo says, Instagram is stupid. I feel that. And me, dude, I wanted to stop being mean to you. Thank you. I try not to let it have an impact on, like, my sense of self-worth, but, I cannot, but maybe this is just me not being able to, like, put myself entirely in other people's brains, but I cannot imagine anyone not feeling any sense of desiring the validation and esteem of their peers. Just genuinely not caring what anyone else in the world thinks. Even if your general thought is that, like, most people's opinions are contrary to mine, therefore I don't mind that they don't like the things that I do because I don't want to be different. That's fair. But ultimately there's somebody out there whose esteem matters to you. No matter who you are. I swear. Unless you are incredibly self-absorbed and the only person who matters to you as a human being is yourself. Anyways, I'm getting way too philosophical here. Let me continue on. I prefer static pictures, says Sen. Me too. Especially for things like artwork. It makes sense for it to be a static picture. I love people, like, posting speed paints and makings of and that kind of thing, but sometimes I just want to have a chance to, like, stop and pause and just look at the image the way that it's meant to be seen. And short form video and prioritizing short form video is really bad for artists in that way. It's really frustrating. Linus says Instagram fucking sucks as an algorithm. What's a McGig? I agree. Also, exclamation mark language, but also I agree, so I'll allow it. Theo says the problem is definitely not you. No, I'm holding the chat scroll, but okay. Sen says, also, a static picture post of a sleeve pattern just solved my issue with constructing Zelda's royal dress sleeves. For your cosplay, and I'm so happy about that. Yeah, absolutely, that's rad. It'll get you lynched by Swifties, but Swifties are generally feral and terrifying. There's, like, a whole subset of Taylor Swift fans who are like, she's sending us secret messages that she's actually gay. And I feel really bad for them because, like, I understand wanting to see something about yourself represented in, like, the media that you consume, but, like, I'm like, she's been pretty open about being an ally, and even if she isn't straight, she hasn't addressed that publicly, and it's really not our place to speculate, especially in, like, conspiracy theory mode. It feels really invasive and inappropriate. I don't care about Taylor Swift's music. It doesn't interest me. I don't know her as a person, and nor do I care to, because that's none of my beeswax. So yeah, I find that a little excessive and kind of uncomfortable. I would not feel comfortable with people like picking apart everything that I've said to try and figure out how I'm secretly not the sexuality that I've stated that I am. So yeah, I don't know. Don't do that. Don't do that to real people. Like, ship fictional characters as much as you want. Like, I have almost 100 works posted to AO3, so glass houses on that one. But don't get weird and speculational about actual people, because it's uncomfortable and it can be really damaging to them sometimes and their relationships. Anyways, Theo says, I follow several creators and they're all wildly different mediums and styles, and they're all being buried by Instagram's pursuit of influencers who will sell their audiences things. Absolutely. It's just, ugh. It's just, There's a lot about the short form video format that I find really disagrees with my brain, and I think it's like designed to frustrate, because if it's frustrating, you'll watch it multiple times, and the only way that they can like monetize this is view time. So they want you to watch one of those short videos more than once. And that I find really frustrating as well. Anyways, Sen says, saw another post how they attached something to a garment that solved another thing for another project. Why didn't I think buttons are super useful? Hell yeah. Also, I don't have the attention span for reels. I mean, I don't know. It's like it tests my attention span, but in weird ways. Like I just get really, when they do the thing where they're like, okay, you're waiting for the entire like minute or however long it is for them to reveal like how the thing turns out at the end, and then it literally flashes on screen for a split second, and you can't pause and like you can't pause the video and like navigate around in the video to see that thing again, so you have to watch the entire thing loop again to try and see it, and you never get a proper look at it to keep you watching multiple times until you get pissed off and leave. Hate it. Hate it. And I think it's manipulative, and I think it's unpleasant, and I don't blame the people who are doing it, because that is a format that will get pushed to more users, and they want to get eyes on their work. I get it, but it makes me want to I'd rather eat glass. Honestly, I would rather eat glass. And yes, I did just post an Instagram reel. You can find it on my Reels feed. And it's a new artwork, and I hope that it is slow and gentle enough. There's no music, it's just me talking about it, and you can just watch it on mute if you want. I hope it's slow and gentle enough that it doesn't annoy people. Anyways, it'll probably annoy people for being too slow, and they'll just click away. Anyways. Theo says, I get so stressed watching videos. If the videos are of people doing the thing where they hold up a thing and shake it back and forth while holding it, they make me really weirdly angry. I think it's a sensory thing. I think a lot of what bothers me about like popular reel styles is, and like in like TikToks, I'm not on TikTok, but a lot of the reels and YouTube shorts that you see are reskinned TikToks anyways, is a lot of it really disagrees with certain like sensitivities I have because of the unique way in which my brain is funded, the attention deficit, the sensitivities that come with the tism, all that stuff. Really get annoyed by this stuff. Anyways, so yeah, I feel it. And yes, about Taylor Swift. I know. Since I don't get the hype around Taylor Swift, but saying that out loud will probably get thrown. I think that should be a perfectly fine opinion. In the same way that, like, there was someone in chat today who doesn't like pizza, and you know what? We love and respect her nonetheless, even though some of us do like pizza. It's fine. Likewise, I'm not a fan of a very popular musician. This is just, it is what it is. People like different things, and that's fine. The Cozy Frog videos, on the other hand, give me more of those, Ascent. Those are good. I would watch, like, a feature length of the Cozy Frog videos. Whether it's people feeding their actual pet frogs or the little, like, stop-motion knitted frogs. Good. That's good. I love it. That's pleasant. But yeah, your reels never annoy me, says Theo. Oh, I'm so glad. I really am very, very glad. I do try and make them the kind of thing that I feel comfortable watching, essentially. But you'll see a lot of videos, and I noticed one user doing this, like, with all of her videos, her short videos. I quite like her long-form videos. She'll do things like trying out new crafts and, you know, doing just weird things with like soap and whatever. Anyways, but her short videos, she'll be like, you know, oh, I don't know, would you wear you know, Crocs have done a brand collaboration with Pizza Hut. Would you wear these pizza Crocs? But the videos will all end with like, I don't know, something like, it seems like fast food brands are trying to get more into high fashion, and that's why, and then it loops back to Crocs have done a collaboration with Pizza Hut. So it like, the end of the last sentence will loop into the start of the first sentence, so you watch the video for a couple more seconds because you think they're going to say something else, and then you realize the video's just started over again. Lino says finishing short videos with "and that's why" to loop is bloody stupid. It is bloody stupid, and it's manipulative, and it's weird, and it's very annoying, and I don't like it. I know exactly why they do it, and it's to get those precious, like, couple extra seconds of watch time, because that watch time is monetization. Not that I'm monetized. I'm not monetized on Instagram. I did get a form to fill out that would allow me to monetize, but I couldn't actually do it, because there are certain information that they needed from me that I did not want to provide to Instagram, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna make money on these anyways. I'd rather just, you know, if people want me to have money, they can buy stuff from my shop, or they can, you know, like go tip me on Patreon, or you know, like sub on Twitch, or something that actually gives them something more tangible than just an Instagram reel that ends with "and that's why," because I don't want to do that to you, because I respect the time of my people, you know? I respect your time too much to do "and that's why." Oh, Theo's got a good point. You see those videos that are like POV, but it's not actually the point of view of what it'll just be like, Theo says, I get so angry about POV having changed meaning from being "this is what you see while this is happening" to "this is what's happening." Exactly. POV, doing a painting. But this, you know, I mean, to be fair, this could more or less, if I'm leaning forward, I'm leaning forward to illustrate, this could actually be more or less my POV of doing the painting. But it's not really, because if it was my POV, what you would be seeing would be darting back and forth from looking at this canvas to looking at the computer right over here to make sure that the camera's still working and to make sure that there hasn't a spam bot in chat. But yeah, I find that really annoying. Like, POV to making a flower arrangement, and then it's just a video of like a man making a flower arrangement. It's like, what? Linus says, I hate it. Al Gore is too white and too old to have any rhythm anyways. Oh. Yep. Just write the same thing without adding POV, says Theo. Yes, exactly. Like, it's not hard. It just adds a phrase that doesn't actually mean anything for this. I'm just looking up Shadegate. What was I gonna do? Fog Canyon. I wanted to do Fog Canyon for this because Fog Canyon is colorful and pretty and cool. And I feel like I could get some fun colors into this if I make it Fog Canyon, basically. I actually kind of, looking at this, I kind of wish that I had taken a screen cap of the area just past the shade gate in Fog Canyon, because the photos that I'm finding on Google image search just now on my phone don't really give you a lot of information. So, oh well, never mind. I'll just have to extrapolate. It's just gonna be some vague shapes and colors, I think, anyways. We're gonna get the orange out of this for now. And then, I want to start by accidentally putting paint on my brush. That's a good way to begin. I'm gonna start by taking that paint back off of my brush. That's what I'm gonna do. And then we're just gonna go like this. We're just gonna do this again, but with another painting. This is my speed run strat, is basically to work on one painting while the other one's drying and then kind of swap back and forth. And if we end up in a situation where both of them are still wet and I can't work on either of them, I've got a couple of paintings that I started working on from several days ahead from when I will be in Le Canada and will not be able to be making and posting things more or less in real time like I would otherwise be doing. So I am getting ahead of myself on those. I realize that, and it's worth noting as well for anyone who sees like a challenge like this, and I've seen some comments from people recently being like, oh, I'm not going to be able to get today's done because I'm really busy. Is that okay? And it's like, yes, 100%. You can just do one prompt. You can do day one and then not do any of the other 30 prompts, and you've still participated, and that's rad. Like, not to speak for the challenges organizer, though I will pop a link to the website in just a second, because it's got the whole prompt list, just in case anyone was thinking, oh, you know what, maybe I do kind of want to do one of these prompt words. You can do the day one prompt word artwork on day 31 and have that be all you do, and that's still cool as hell, and I want to see it because I like looking at the art from this challenge. I like seeing other people's artwork. It makes me happy. It makes me inspired. But yeah. Anyways, the list is there. So I forgot what my point was. I completely forgot what my point was, and I did have one, I'm sure. Oh yeah, just anyone who was thinking of participating, there's the list. And anyone who was thinking of participating but is like, oh, I don't know if I have time to do all of them, it doesn't matter. Or, oh no, I'm late, it also doesn't matter. It's entirely fine to do at your own pace, do as many or as few as you want to. You can just pop in and do like one. If there's a specific word or prompt that just really doesn't inspire you, or you just you're not feeling it, you can just not do that. That's fine. Okay. I'm just giving this sort of a lavendery background, which is ever so pointless almost, because you're really not going to see very much of it at all. But never mind. We're going to start with this little sort of lavender underlay. And then I'm going to add in some... Let that dry down a little bit. And then we'll add in some little lavender bubbles, some little orange-centered jellyfish shapes. And then also some shadows and shading and a little bit of greenery here and there, especially sort of around the top and bottom edges, I think. So I'll just give this a second while that is happening. I've seen the Draw Away May one as well, says then. Oh, from Streaming, yes. Let me get a link to Streaming's Instagram as well. They do also have a card website, but I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. So I'll just put Streaming. But I have done the first 6 days worth of prompts for the Doodle Away May, but I don't want to spam my social feeds with artwork. So I posted a video of days 4, 5, and 6. And this was the art. It's, the prompt words were frog, picnic, and bug. And so it's Terry, having a picnic out in the enchanted forest. And if you look real closely, he does have a +1, and the +1 is a little ladybug right there, availing themselves of the cheese plate, as you do. But, because there's the word doodle in the name of the prompt list, so I feel like they should all be doodles. My first doodle was this. It was the prompt words were butterfly, tulip, and sunshine, and I didn't like the way it turned out very much when I drew it, and I like it a little bit better, having had a little distance from it, but I still don't think it's super great, so I haven't posted it anywhere because I'm shy. And if that's the only artwork anyone, like a person sees of me, they'll see that and think, wow, that artist is meh. And I don't want that to be someone's first impression of me, is that I'm a bit meh. Because I'm shy, and also, I don't know, I would really like to be able to paint more and do this and not have a soul-destroying normal job anymore, because I can't. I can't do it. I need to stop. Anyways, but, what was I gonna say? Come on, brain. Come on, brain. But yeah, my plan is to work on the stream ink list in my sketchbook while I'm away traveling as well, because it'll be a lot easier to do sort of sketchy stuff while I'm away. And I don't know what other art supplies I'm going to be able to bring with me, but I'll definitely have my sketchbook and some pencils and pens, so I can do little pieces like this, just little. Because if I can't not draw for 2 weeks, but I can bring my sketchbook and resolve that I'm going to do a lot of drawing, and then actually be busy with activities the entire time I'm away and not get any of it done. I can definitely also do that. Not that that's the plan, but like there is a very real possibility that that will be the case. Soul Destroying, yeah, that describes it quite well, says Sen. Yeah, I don't like to be such a negative Nancy, but also I'm kind of in a weird place with that kind of thing these days. Just gonna get some little bubbles here and there. Especially I think sort of round these edge bits. It's all gonna be very kind of abstract. And a little bit vague. As you can see, there's a lot of blooming happening on this because the paper underneath is still quite wet, but I like that. I think that's neat. But also it's not super important that there's like masses of detail on these, in part because this shade gate is going to largely be covered up by weird shapes and stuff anyways, like fairly soon. So I don't need to mega worry about getting a lot of detail in this, because it is meant to be obscured. That's the whole idea. Okay, just gonna draw in some jellyfish centers here and there, like they're just kind of floating in the air, like that. And then come on, spread out a little bit. There we go. Let those kind of bloom. And then I will try and rough in sort of their weird transparent edges, which I think I might represent in a small amount of like turquoise, but just a little bit of it, like quite lightly turquoise. Oh, that is a wetter brush than I was planning. Okay. Well, never mind. It is quite a lot of turquoise in places, but hey. That's fine. Again, this is all going to kind of get covered up, so it's none of this is that big of a deal. It's all good. It's kind of bleeding together in interesting ways as well, so that's fun. Yeah. Have you decided what game to stream to? Oh yeah, I'm streaming tomorrow morning. You'll never guess. You'll never guess what I'm playing tomorrow on stream. And when I say you'll never guess, I mean, like, you know. All right. I need some funky sort of bluish greenery situation. And when I say funky, I mean I'm picking up some very blue turquoise here, and then I'm adding some purplish black to it. I'm gonna wet that right down. And just kind of dot that around and in between where all the little bubbles live. And again, does this look weird and bad? It doesn't matter. Because we're not going to be able to see most of it very soon. Just going to paint this right in. This has actually turned out a really cool color. And I think this color works as kind of a backdrop to Fog Canyon as well. Okay. So, like so. And bring it around town. Over here. Wow, this looks weird and kind of bad, but I kind of dig it. And I am starting to feel the limitations of having the paper taped down, because I'm very limited in where I can rest my hand whilst I manipulate this paint. I wish I could move it better, but never mind, because I can't. It's fine. It's all fine. Okay. If you think, wow, this looks like butt, don't worry about it, because it's going to look completely different when the painting's done. It might look like more butt, I don't know. This one is being a very experimental piece for me. But, here we are. Okay, now I'm going to take the same color, and I'm going to make floor with it. There we go. I'm going to kind of connect these together. Like so. Okay. Alright, I think that's good for now. I think this needs to rest for a bit. Does it look weird? Does it look bad? Yes, it's fine. Trust the process, everybody. It's going to be very different when it's done. Remember. I feel like I'm not working very quickly today, but I think I've just chosen things that are a little bit too complicated. Because, honestly, a lot of the pieces that I've been doing have, like, just the background is just a gradient. Background is just gradient, and that works for me, because, like, it just makes everything so much easier if background is just gradient. Alright, do I want to tape this back down? Actually, you know what, I maybe do. Okay, so I need to do another layer of colors, and this time I'm going in with a delicious, kind of ugly brown. So, that's exciting. But before I do that, apparently there are people outside screaming, says Sen. I hate that for you, and I'm so sorry. So we're gonna pop back to these guys, and hopefully finish it off now. But in the meantime, I need to take a quick BRB. I'm gonna take the last slug of this coffee and feel really sad about it, and then I'm gonna pop away for a minute. Deliciousness. Okay, I will be back in like a minute. In the meantime, I really hope that you enjoy the BRB screen. You're all breathtaking. Hi, I'm back. Hello, everybody. Hi. I hope you had a nice BRB moment. It's nice to be back. Hello. Hope everyone remains well. How is it Father's Day in your land of residence, Son? Well, happy Father's Day to all the good dads out there, and all the good stepdads out there, and all the good father figures out there. You're all breathtaking. Unless you're a dad that sucks. In which case, do better. Anyways. Hello. I'm gonna take a sip of this tea, which is, oh, it's tepid. But you know, I still like it. This is weird. It's like black forest flavor, but it's almost giving me peachy vibes with the black tea. Like, it didn't taste the way I expected it was going to. It's very fruity, though. It's like cherry and peach, it tastes like to me. Well, that's super weird, but I really like it. That's really good. It's got like a juicy acidity at the back end, which is unusual for a black tea. But yeah, it's really good. It's really nice. I don't remember buying this tea and I don't know where it came from. I mean, I know the shop that made it because, it came in a packet and it's got the label on it and everything, but yeah, unexpected. Mm. It kind of reminds me of this small selection that I had of uh French teas from like a French tea company. I think it was Demont Frere. I think Demont Frere, something like that. Um, that I haven't thought of in years, but they did some really interesting tea flavors as well. Very very nice. They had this one that I really wanted to try because it was called Old Man Tea. That was literally the name of it in French was Old Man Tea, and it was like it had like flavors of I think like raisin and something else. And I was like, yeah, old man tea appeals to me. That sounds delicious. Who doesn't love magical mystery tea, says Lino. Indeed, as long as it's not one of those teas that contains, like, healthy ingredients that I'm allergic to, um, which, which can be a bit of a hazard for me. But, other than that, okay, so this is definitely getting into sort of brownish black territory. So I'm going to clean all of the blue back out of my brush. My paint water is looking decidedly milky because these pastel paints are quite, in their regular form, are quite sort of weirdly milky looking. But I think for this I just want to use brownish black because it's what it says on the tin. It's brownish and it's black, which should work. I hopefully quite well for this setting, but we'll see. I'll start with a fairly watered down amount and then go from there if we want to add in some details on top. But so this is the door to the tram that they just look at the gap here between where the tram door is and where the platform is. They had to do a little hop to get down there. T, old man, ha, says Theo. Oh my goodness, yes. I'm sorry, I cannot attempt to do Captain Picard voice because I simply could not do him justice. He's got such a rich, distinctive voice, I think, Patrick Stewart, that I dare not make an attempt. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, here we are. Old man tea. I can't remember the other like tasting notes of it, but it sounded delicious, and I kind of want to go look it up now. If chamomile tea is made of chamomile and ginger tea is made with ginger, what is old man tea made with? Oh no, Lino. Oh no. Oh no, what are they doing to those old men? Leave them alone. Oh no, you just see, sort of, I don't know, an old man is like, oh yeah, it's been weeks since I saw my friend Charlie. I don't know where he's got to. I haven't seen him since he walked into that tea factory to go on a tasting and a tour. Nobody's seen him since. Maybe he's still in there drinking tea. I sure hope so. I sure hope nothing bad befell him in the tea factory. Anyways. So that's alarming. Maybe I won't get old man tea. Cause now I'm scared that it's made out of real old men. What is baby oil made out of? Oh no! Oh no! We're uncovering some terrible secrets here, everyone! Terrible, terrible secrets. Oh my goodness. Right. I'm looking it up. I am looking it up because I am genuinely curious. I don't even like. Is it still? Does it still exist? Well, okay. The company still exists. I am on Damon.fr. Why am I doing this off stream? I could just pull up the website. Hold up. Hold up. Okay. Here is my Instagram, because it has to go to my Instagram page first. No, that's not my... There's my Instagram. It has to go to my Instagram page first for it to show up. If you're curious, this is yesterday's work from Hollow Knight Art Month. It is... Oh, wow, okay, there was a hidden comment. I'm gonna not display that on stream just in case someone sent something inoffensive as a comment. I really hope that's not the case. It's probably something innocuous from a friend, but I'm gonna not display that on stream just in case it was rude or spam. But this was yesterday's. It was a bis shriek, and I thought, what if the shriek a little bit too much for their sensitive, tiny little guy ears? So what if one day they decided to just wear ear defenders while casting a bis shriek? And yeah, that's what we ended up with. This was the day before it. It was Egg Day. So they're having a little picnic in the City of Tears, and that is an arcane Scotch egg that they're sharing. On the left is Nervous Philippa, and on the right is her friend Anxious Humphrey, because those are their names. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna find out whether or not this French tea company still makes old man tea. I am searching, chercher old man. Fingers crossed. You can't see that my fingers are crossed, but my fingers are crossed. Come on, search. 43 results. It's not looking good. I'm seeing they have Miss Damon tea here. They have Coquelicot. They have Mango Lassie. They've got Amaretti. They've got Jasmine Classic, Calypso Mango. But none of those are old man. Maybe I do need to actually go to the English language version of the site and see if it comes up on the English language version of the site. Cherchez, once again, old man. Search. And what I get are 5 results for little travel, little, like, leather pouches to put your tea in when you're traveling, which is really funny. Well, piss pots. I guess I missed my chance to enjoy old man tea, and I'm honestly kind of sad about it. Census, most of the hidden comments are actually okay, and I have no idea why Instagram hides them. I will take a look. Old man tea is a thing, says Lino. It's apparently to do with oolong tea ceremonies. Ooh, that's rad as heck. Well, maybe I can find it from somewhere other than this one French tea maker then. Because that sounds very fun and delightful. Anyways. I noticed that the heights of these 2 windows are slightly different, because I'm not very intelligent, and I did this sketch in a hurry, but shh, it's fine, don't worry about it. It's all good. But yeah. Anyways, my dad is, like, spamming my text messages with photos because it's my grandmother's birthday. So while I was on BRB, I just got, like, a raft of photos of my grandmother smiling with cake. Which is every bit as utterly charming as the... Oh no. Everyone, sorry, my dad is FaceTiming me. I have to BRB. Sorry about that. I'm back. Literally, my dad FaceTimed me because my grandmother is at their house right now, and, he wanted to know if I was available to wish her happy birthday, which, of course, I did. Because, you know, I love my grandma. I haven't seen her in, like, a year and a half. I will be seeing her in person in, like, a week and a half, but, you know, still, it's her birthday, and that's extra special. So I do apologize. He didn't, like, message first to be like, hey, are you available to FaceTime? So I was not expecting that at all. But that was really nice, because, you know, it's my grandmother, and she's great, and I love her. So... Anyways, Linus says, hi, Sammy's dad. Also, happy birthday to your grandma, says Sent. Thank you. Much appreciated. Oh my goodness. I hope whatever I said before I went on BRB, I hope it was reassuring enough to let you know that, like, what's happening right now is not an emergency. Everything is fine. I'll be back in a minute. Because I realized I was very surprised, and now I'm like, I'm all discombobulated because I was not expecting to have a call with my grandmama. Oh, she's such a lovely person. She really is. I'm biased, but she is the loveliest, and I miss her a lot because I don't get to see her very often these days because we live very far apart. Um, but yeah, a lot of the things that I know about baking I got from my respective grandmas. Um, I'm still not confident. My grandma on my other parents' side, my dad's side, um, sadly is no longer with us. She has not been with us for, oh gosh, I think maybe like 20 years now. She was the master of making butter tarts, if you're familiar with that Canadian classic. And I am super terrified to try, and I never make butter tarts because I know they'll never be as good as hers, which is really stupid. I should just make the butter tarts. Like, she would want me to make the butter tarts, but I just feel so nervous about it because she never left a recipe behind or anything because she wasn't that kind of a baker. I think she always felt like people didn't really appreciate her efforts, but we did. Oh my god, we super did. You know? But yeah, I hope she did know how much we loved and appreciated all of the things she did for us. Um, Feeling a little emotional now, so hey. Older folks will just call and see if you're free, like picking up as a given, says Lino. It seems strange, but somehow people used to just do that. I know people used to do that all the time. Um, I had a friend. I say I had a friend. I actually we don't talk anymore because I don't like them. But they would just they're about, I mean, they're only like 10 years older than my partner, so they're not that much older than us, but they would just ring up and be like, "Hey, are you free to chat right now?" And I always felt kind of obligated to say yes, even if, to be perfectly honest, I'm trying to do a grocery shop and now I'm just going to have to like duck into a quiet aisle or dart outside, or I'm like having a coffee, or I'm working on something, or I just got out of bed. I always feel a little obligated to be like, "Yeah," and then we'll just talk my ear off for like 30 minutes. It's like, I don't even like making phone, like talking on the phone as like a social activity in the first place. But especially not like on a mobile phone in public. Ugh, no, no. Um, but we'll absolutely make an exception for a FaceTime with my grandmother because that's extra special. Um, but yeah, the family on my father's side. Let's just say I'm glad I no longer have to invite them to a wedding. Oh damn, I miss my grandma on my mother's side. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Much love. Much love. Um, it's kind of like the sort of, I don't know if this is like a personal thing or a cultural thing. I think it is more of a thing in some cultures, but it's also kind of a thing with some like British people I know that will just be like, or British people that I should say that I used to know but don't really talk to anymore because this is just the difference is too great between my way of socializing and this way of socializing, which is like, oh, if you want to hang out, if you're in the area, just come on over. Just come on over, like, like give us a buzz, and if we're around, like, come on up. You can just hang out. And it's like, I cannot just go to someone's house uninvited just to hang out. No, 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 never. Never. I would not dream of doing such a thing. I remember, like, when I was a child, my mother would sort of shoo me out of the house and be like, go see if, one of the, like, neighboring children is available to play. And I don't know, no, why can't I just find ways to, why can't I just stay home and read or something? Because, like, I'm gonna feel bad about myself if I'm like, hey, do you wanna play? And they're like, no. Because sometimes they'd be like, no. And it's like, oh, well, thanks, mother, now I've experienced rejection. Um, but yeah, no, please announce yourself at least a week in advance. I'm nerve diverse. This is not happening, says Sen. Honestly, I just, and I know this is like a personal thing for me, but I don't like, it's nothing personal to do with any other people, but I don't like having visitors in my house. It makes me incredibly anxious. I think especially post Panini, I'm very used to not having people in the house, but like, I don't know, even if it's people that I like and people that, like, I, on a rational level, absolutely trust, I don't like people touching my stuff. Because there's a very real possibility that things will get misplaced and I'll never know where they are again. Or people just, I don't know, not understanding why I've kept this item that seems like it's like it's garbage, and I'm like, no, that has sentimental value, so it lives on top of that pile. Or, you know, please don't judge my wardrobe. Or, I don't know, so someone comes over and there's, you know, the sofa is free, so they go sit down, but they go sit down in the spot where I normally sit and I have to sit somewhere else, and this is all just really highlighting that, I don't know, maybe I need to be a little bit more chill about having visitors over. But to be honest, the frequency with which I have visitors over is virtually never, so it's kind of moot. The next visitor I'm having over is, like, the plumber who's coming to fix some plumbing. Theo says, Animal Crossing Islanders have started just showing up at your house to bother / hang out with you. I love when they do that. They just walk around the house, and I'm expected to what? Just look at them while they look at my things? It's usually triggered by you entering the house, which I don't know about you, but I tended to do that when I needed to do a specific thing. Yeah, exactly. It's like, I went inside my house because I needed to go put something in storage. And now I have to entertain Fauna for like 10 minutes until she gets bored and leaves. Thanks, Fauna. Anyways. The only one who could show up absolutely unannounced is Yemeth, and even he calls ahead. I mean, like, my in-laws can come to the house as long as we know that they're coming. And they're probably just coming in to, like, use the loo and maybe get a cup of tea before we all go out somewhere. I don't know. My general take on, like, visiting and socials is just, can we just go to, like, a neutral third location? Can we just go to, like, a cafe or a pub or a park? Or an event or something? Personally, I'll feel much more
attention
with that.
Twitch
Hello?
user Sammy Kelch.
Struble, hello! Hi, Raiders, welcome on in. How are you doing? Hello. Wonderful to see you. Welcome on in. Struble, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you, Raiders. Welcome on in. Let me get a shout out for Struble in the chat. Struble, how was your stream? What'd you get up to today? It is wonderful to see you. Welcome. What did you do? What did you stream? Did you do some artwork? Did you do some stuff? Is this secret streaming? This is Hollow Knight Art Month. But I can show you some streaming I've been working on as well. But let me get a shout out for you in the chat first of all. There we go. Shout out to Struble. Hi. Allow me to introduce myself. Hello. My name is Twitch user Sammy Kelch. I'm a variety streamer. I stream on Mondays and Thursdays doing art. I stream on Fridays playing video games. Right now we're making our way through a run of Hollow Knight, which is what this is fan art of. And I don't normally do fan art on stream, but this is a weird month, so we're doing some for the Hollow Knight Art Month prompt list. And allow me to say hello to everybody who's coming on the raid. Hello. You love art. Hello, welcome in. How are you doing? It's very, very nice to see you. Welcome. Hello. Evil Turnip, hello, welcome in as well. Thank you for coming in on the raid. Sorry, Greenfire, hi, lovely to see you. Welcome in. How is everybody doing? How are your Thursdays? It's very good to see you all. I was mashing streaming plus Mermaid. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, Ela of Art, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on in. Thank you. Much appreciated. Streaming and Mermaid, that is such a fantastic combination. I love to hear it. I would like to, okay, I'm going to show you right now, the last piece that I worked on for the streaming prompt list was this, which is, it was the prompts Frog, Picnic, and Bug. So here's Terry the Forg Mage, a little froggo friend, having a nice little picnic, and if you look real close, he's been joined by a little ladybug, who's enjoying the cheese plate, so there we go. Struble says, just one sec, I need to check my lecturers on Zoom BRB. Absolutely, 100%, go do the thing. In the meantime, if you want to see what my finished art looks like, allow me to show you a representative art piece, just in case you're curious. I'm a traditional artist working mainly in watercolors and other similar wet media, like acrylic inks, the occasional gouache as well, and every once in a while I do like to do a little lino cut print as well. But here's a watercolor we did not too long ago, which was this was for the Stream Ink January doodah, if memory serves. And this is a couple of Mothmen. They're on a date, and just enjoying some hot chocolate and toasting some marshmallows by the fire and having a lovely time. Anyways, that's that. I don't know if Struble is still on BRB, but Struble, if you have some art that you would like to share with us, feel free to whisper me a link. I would love to share with the chat. If you're not familiar with Struble, they do some very, very, very cool artwork. They do some really cool stuff, some really cute stuff, some really fun stuff. And Struble is just also very, very, very fun to hang out with. So let me get another shout out for them in the chat as well, because I can do 2 different flavors of shout outs. And if you're not following Struble, you should really go do that, because they're great. They're so much fun. If you like capybaras and having a good time, go follow Struble. Anyways. Silly, hello, welcome in. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. It's lovely to see you. Welcome on in. We had a question in the chat earlier on that I will reiterate for the new folks who have come in, and that question is, what is your favorite flavor of ice cream or non-dairy ice cream type treat? Partially because the weather's getting a little bit warmer here, partially because friend of the channel Dan mentioned having some ice cream earlier, and it gave me a bit of a hankering. In the meantime, I've got tea. This is Black Forest tea, which doesn't taste like I expected it would, but it does taste very good. To me, this tastes like cherry and peach in black tea, which is not what I was expecting, but it's really nice. I saw some of the capybaras at the zoo. Capybaras are heckin' amazing. They are so stinking cute. They are so stinking cute. And they love to have baths. And you know what? I wholeheartedly relate to that because I also love baths. I never get to take baths because my bathtub sucks and it's not comfortable to sit in. But, if I had, like, comfy hot springs and stuff to just chill out in with citrus fruits on my head. What is that? I think maybe it's mikan. Is it mikan fruit that they have on their heads when they hang out in the bath, or that's just like hanging out in the tub? It's just full of citrus, or is it? Maybe it's yuzu. I don't know. Anyways, it's a Japanese citrus that the capybaras seem to like to hang out with in the bath. I don't know how that came about, but I think some humans had some very good ideas, is what I think happened. To introduce this piece, this is a tram that these two have just gotten off the tram. This is the tram. Also saw some Brazilian guinea pigs. They're also heckin' cute. They are very cute. Oh, we've got some mocha fudge, says Elif. Oh, that sounds delicious. Chocolate ice cream with coffee from a local roaster and a fudge ribbon. Can't get it anymore. Oh no! Oh, I'm so sorry. At least it lives on in your memories, but that sounds really good. I'm a big strawberry person. I had a raspberry sorbet recently that was very, very good. I never used to get super excited about lemon things until, like, I don't know, I hit my mid-30s and suddenly it's like, oh, lemon stuff. And I think it's because, I don't know, my sweet tooth is evolving. I still have a massive sweet tooth, partially because the ADHD demands it, but it is definitely evolving in weird ways. Anyway, and that's that. Oh my goodness, silly, a 5 stream watch steak. That's 5 steaks. Amazing. Love that for you. It's finally registered your steak, says Silly. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Congratulations on the 5 steaks. I hope that you're able to grill them up and enjoy them with some lovely sides and a tasty sauce. I'll take mine plant-based, please. But that's entirely up to your preference, of course. I don't know why. I don't know why Stream Streak became Stream Steak. I don't know, but I can't see it as like any other way now. Plant-based steaks are good steaks, says Silly. There is a company that sells a plant-based steak that, like, looks like this, like, thick, sort of, you can see, like, the fat marbles through it, and it's like, it looks like a cylinder of beef. That you can get from my local supermarket, but it costs like £9 for 2, and I'm honestly kind of nervous about it. Because I'm like, on the one hand, it might be really expensive and then taste really nasty. It also might be, like, really expensive and be really good. It might taste so much like beef that it casts doubt in my mind as to whether or not it is actually, plant-based, which I would feel a little nervous about. Oh, I don't think this is this color, actually. I think I want to paint this in and then do a wash in maybe shadow purple, because I don't think this is as brown as the tram looks in this setting. The tram isn't really brown. It's just this area is kind of brown, so I wanted to brown everything down a little bit so it feels like we're in the Ancient Basin, which is the setting of this piece. So to try and explain, today's prompt was Ancient Basin, which is an area of the game Hollow Knight. And I didn't really know what to do with it, but I really liked these characters, and I wanted to add these characters into a piece. So I decided that they've been hanging out in a hot spring. They've been steaming these puddings whilst hanging out in the hot spring, and their puddings are made in pudding basins, and they're going to the Ancient Basin, and somehow this all connected together. That connected the dots in my head, and it made sense to me, because I'm silly, and I like doing fun things. And sometimes I want to do something different too, just sort of like an entirely linear interpretation of the brief, I suppose. Anyways, Theo is eating a lemon dessert right now. Oh, I love that for you. Oh, that's so nice. That's awesome. Congratulations on the lemon. Genuinely. I love a lemon situation. It's so nice. It's so nice. Love that for you. Hell yeah. I hope it's super yummy. I'm a bit late on my holiday night rent skipped yesterday, says Silly. That's allowed. You can do them in any order you want, whenever you want. Strubal's back. Welcome back, Strubal. Thank you again for the raid. What I wanted to say before you had to BRB, and I will let you know now. And of course, if you need to dash and go do like post-stream decompression stuff, don't let me keep you. However, if there is anything like that you wanted to share with the class, like whatever you were working on today, or a piece of work, or your Instagram, or whatever, feel free to whisper a link in my direction in the whispers, and I would love to share that with everyone. Just if you want to, no pressure, obviously. You know, if you need to dash or you just want to chill, that's also absolutely fine. But I like offering that to my raiders because I think it's nice that we get to see things if they are inclined to share. Anyways, so that's that. Right. This is the little like ticketing pillar where you insert your tram pass to let it know that you would like to take the tram and that you have, you know, appropriately purchased a tram pass. So that's that there. I've given it, I think, a more appropriate color than it was previously, so that's really good. This piece is working out to be exceedingly bizarre. Is it my best work? No, it's absolutely not my best work. Oh, is that? I've got some asterisks in the chat. Is that a link, Struble? Could you send it as a whisper or DM? Because I have links disabled because we used to get a lot of spam. And I don't know how to do permits. Yeah, no worries at all. Just had to chat about the group project. Ooh, very exciting. I hope that it all goes well. I do too. Always good to look at stuff and get inspired. Wholeheartedly agree. Anyways, I hope you're having a lovely day, Struble. I hope that your stream went well. And I got a DM. Hell yeah. Okay, I've got some linkage. Let me pull this up. Clarp. Thank you for sharing. Let me get that onto a shareable page, and we'll go have a look. I'm popping onto the Instagram. Hopefully that'll load. Oh dear, your partner for the group assignment was ill in hospital. Oh, so you got an extension. Well, I'm glad that an extension was allowed. I'm glad to hear it. Was I not just talking about the capybaras? Cause look. That is so cute. Very, very, very cute. What an absolute friend. Oh, absolutely angelic. Absolutely angelic. Which is just as capybaras should be. Yeah, we were raving about the capybaras and how they're the best creatures. And woo, gaming things. Nice. Nice, nice. Oh, hello. We've got a little speed paint. Very exciting. Hopefully y'all can see it. Which Sorry, I was about to ask a stupid question, but ooh, we've got rainbow iterations. Very nice, very cool. We've got some nice little trans pride colors happening in there. Very inclusive. We love to see it. Oh, hello. So many things are happening. Oh, I love it. I love it. That's very, very cool. Very cool indeed. Hell yeah. And then, oh, hi. This little character is such a mood. Doing my best. Oh, bless. Oh, bless. I feel that in my bones. Thank you so much for sharing, Struble. That is lovely. Anyways, once again, if you're not following Struble, go do that because they do wonderful, wonderful works, and they're a wonderful human being as well. Without the light art, it looked like a queer croissant, says Struble. You know what? I'll be perfectly honest with you. I would also like a queer croissant. Because croissants are delicious, and I don't know, I like things that are queer. So, yeah, both is good. Both is good. Anywho. Right, I'm gonna add another wash of this sort of... Just make it a little bit less brown, actually, onto the floor. And then... Do I want to just add in some... Is this dry enough that I can add in some, like, dry textures here? Yeah, because there's some greebling, there's some details... in and on this this tram that we're not currently seeing. So I'll add those in. But keep it sketchy and vague. Just like me. Sketchy and vague. Anyways, are you a big drinker of tea? Asks here. I am. I am a big drinker of tea. I have 2 cups of tea on the go at the moment. I've got this Black Forest over here, and I've also got... I've got some spearmint over here because I'm indecisive and I'm a beverage goblin. One is for hydrating, one is for fun. You know, I had a 3rd drink, but I finished it. But yes, I do drink a lot of tea. How did you guess? Anyways. Caladarius Burp, thank you very much for the lurk. Hope you have a lovely lurk time. Let me see, just make sure that I didn't miss any chat. Unstable One, hello! Unstable One says, wait, what? How did I get here and why am I naked again? Oh my goodness! Ah! I'm not looking. Everybody don't look! Somebody get them a jacket! My mom is a tea educator and author, says Elif. That's sweet! So I drink a lot of tea too. That is very cool. There's the redeem about tea. Oh yeah, that explains it, doesn't it? Of course. I forgot that was there. I'm very intelligent. Anyways, good tea. Very refreshing. I like having a mint tea for refreshment. I will usually have one or 2 mint teas a day, usually. My moderator / spouse has just come in. Hurrah! Hello, moderator / spouse. Welcome home. I'm gonna go greet my moderator / spouse real quick. I'll be back in just a second. How's it going, baby? I have presents for you too. Do you want your gift now or after stream? I'm giving my moderator / spouse his gifts. Be back in a sec. Happy belated birthday. I hope you enjoy them. Yep. Let me know what they are when you unbox them, sweetie. Or you can wait until I'm done and we can unbox them together. It's up to you. It's your gifts. Love you. Hi. Lino says, hello, sunshine. Struble is BRBing. Thank you so much for the raid again, Struble, and thank you for the BRB as well. Hope you have a good BRB. And thank you very much again for the raid. I really appreciate it. What's up, darling?
Post wasn't the post I was expecting.
Was it good post, though?
I can't
Okay, well, I hope it is. Anyways. So that was that. Right, where was I? This weird painting. This weird painting that really is turning out quite weird, but, that's fine. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get most of the color out of this, because I want to just kind of get a bit of a fade on the color inside these windows, because it is a little bit full on at the moment. Can I just... kind of dull it down a little bit without wrecking everything? I think I can. Especially kind of if I can go around the edges and kind of add a little bit of shading, sort of. All of these pieces, I'm just kind of mucking around and hoping that it looks okay. It's very much sort of fluff around and find out situations with these. But I'm having quite a bit of fun with them. This entire like month's worth of artworks. So I think just popping a little bit of this purplish black, which is a very gray purple to begin with. We'll just kind of give it a little bit of a somewhat less neon look to the windows. Maybe kind of blend it in a little bit. I'm just going to blot that out because that was a little bit voluminous in terms of the amount of color, and then just go back. Just go back now that it's kind of been pre-wet. So, okay. And then go do the same over here, if I can. I'm just dotting water on at this point. I don't want to add an excess of details to the background either, just because, well, it's the background. I want these two little guys to be the main focus of the piece, so kind of just dropping color in and letting it fall where it will, which is ever so satisfying. Oh, it's so satisfying. Okay. That's going to be wet for a few minutes, so we're going to take a break from this piece and we're going to go back to the other piece that I was working on, which I'm realizing something real silly that I maybe should have done before that I did not do with this piece, that I'm going to maybe do now, which is to just masking fluid off this little guy, because this needs to stay white. So this is the other piece that I was working on today. And I'm just going to get some masking fluid on just that little guy, because we're going to do something weird now, because this piece is going to get weird. But hopefully it'll still be good. Who knows? Who knows is the answer to that. But, yeah, this is what I get for trying to speed run 31 days worth of paintings in about, 17 days. No, 16 days even. Because the 17th I'm gonna be getting up super early, traveling to the airport, and then getting on an aeroplane, for like 7 hours. Yay! For anyone who missed it earlier, I will repeat the announcement that there will not be any streams for about 2 weeks, because I will be in another country, I will be in another time zone, and the internet availability may be a little bit unreliable, I would say, is probably the best way to put it. And so to that end, I think it's safer to just not try and stream rather than just have continuous technical difficulties. You know what I mean? Also, I don't know what my schedule is going to be quite erratic. I'm not going to have all of my equipment with me. I'll have a laptop, but that's it. So doesn't necessarily allow for doing stuff super easily. But I'll miss y'all. I'll be back before you know it. There is always that mild fear when you need to take a break, like if you're going on a holiday or whatever, that that people are gonna like forget and not come back, or that the algorithm is gonna be like, hey, get in the garbage, you haven't been making regular contributions to me and now I'm mad at you. But it's like, well, I'm not gonna plan my life around that. I'm allowed to take holidays. Oh, hello. I love them. Do you love them?
Yes, thank you.
Yay! Do y'all want to see what my moderator / spouse got in his Lego blind bags? I'm so happy. Check them out. They're so cute. And I love the fact that you got both of them. Unstable one says do it. Yes, yay, here they are. I love that both of the ones that we got come with pets. We've got the little Robo Penguin. And she's got like this crazy, like, what is that thing even?
What?
The thing on her back.
It's a chainsaw thing.
It's a chainsaw thing. That's badass. And this one's got a little Robo-Doggo. We've got the Robo-Doggo. And I love their outfits. I love their outfits so much. This one is so, like, oh my gosh, she's got a little ponytail out the back of her helmet. It's awesome. And a little blaster. The little, like, logos printed on the arm, also very nice. Very nice, like, dual molded arms and legs as well. The little, like, tall boots. Look at the Space Queens. They are Space Queens. Also, can I just point out the Starfield printing on the base plate? I did not know that it was going to come with a Starfield printed on the base plate. That is super cool. These are absolutely adorable. And I'm so glad we didn't get repeats. Yay! Thank you, Lego. Yay. I have placed them here on my laptop for safety, sweetheart. I don't know where you want to display them. Ooh, pretty, says that. I know. I was not expecting that at all. That's really cool. That was very, very, very cool. So, yeah. That is a thing that I got my moderator / spouse for his, as a belated birthday gift. And he really likes them. Yay. I was so scared we were going to end up in another situation. I only got 2 of them because, well, I'll be honest, they've gone up in price in the last 2 years and they're not super cheap, but, you know, like, my partner's worth it. But on the other hand, because they do these, I'm ordering them online, so I can't, like, try and figure out which one's which. But also, they switched from doing the blind bags, which were just, like, these little sort of poly bags that you couldn't see through them, but you could kind of feel around and try and figure out what the different, like, pieces felt like in terms of their shapes and try and guess what figure you were getting out of that. But they changed them such that what was I gonna say? They now just come in like a box. I'm just gonna untape this and just move it around. There we go. Okay, they now just come in a box. And you can't feel the contents of the box because it's like stiff card. Which is probably more environmentally sound than the packaging they were using before, but there must be a way to do, like, they could do, like, a paper type bag situation. But as it is, you can't guess really very well anymore because of the way the boxes work. So I'm so happy that they were 2 different figures and that they're both really cool.
I suspect Lego knows exactly what's in each box and will make sure that if you order more than one, you won't get duplicates from Lego directly.
I hope so.
Because you've got, have you ordered more?
No.
Because you've obviously got the barcodes and everything wrong.
Yeah. It's been pointed out by my husband that he reckons that Lego knows exactly what's in each. I don't know if you could hear him just now, but he said he reckons that Lego knows exactly what's in each box. So if you order like 2 minifigures, they would make sure not to send you 2 of the same one. I don't know whether or not that's true, but I would hope so. I would hope so. I did once order 2 minifigures from, I was ordering something, I think I was ordering this. I might have been ordering this. And it was already discontinued by the time I decided I knew it existed and wanted to get it. But I ordered Anana from Argos, and I added some minifigures to the order as well. I think I added like 4, and I got 2 of one and 2 of another. It was like, oh, thanks, good job. So I think they just grabbed a handful of them and were like, whatever. Which, I mean, it's blind bags, so like, my bad, I guess, but still a little bit frustrating. Kind of a waste of money to just have extras of the same guys, you know? Guys gender neutral, because I think we got 2 Scarlet Witches. Anyways. Guys always gender neutral anyways. Little guy, this is a little guy, this little guy is non-beanie. So, there you go. Anyways. We have some fantasy themed minifigs, says Sen. We could do it at a D&D party, that would be super cute. Elove says, I would hope so. Yeah, me too, for sure, for sure. Lino says, that would be sensible from a business process standpoint. I agree. You don't want people just complaining in like constantly that, you know, they got 2 of the same one or trying to return stuff or what have you. I feel like that would get challenging and difficult. We went through so many stores to get the Scarlet Witch one, says Sen, and the last one I got, it was a yay! Guys, it's gender neutral, says Lino, and I will fight people about this. I wholeheartedly agree. If someone tells me that they do not want to be referred to as, like, a little guy, or, like, in the context of, hey, guys, I will absolutely respect that, because that's your thing. But if I'm referring to, like, just a little guy, that can apply to any pronouns. Anyways, this tea is stone cold. Deliciousness. Now, where was I with? I think it's dry. I think it should be okay. This one side is severely wet, and I probably added too much water there. So what I might do is I've got some tissue in my pocket for some reason. So I'm just gonna just dry this down as best as I can. Well, I will wash it out because it's quite painty. And then I'll just dry this down as best as I can. Thus. And just kind of pick some of this up because I think it's a little too dark as well. I just want it to have a little bit of a fade. It doesn't have to be super intense. Because that's a little beans, that's a little bit wet as well. Okay, well I should be able to get the masking fluid off of this guy, at least. I do not know what like the lore story is behind these two. I just like that they're just hanging out at like a hot spring. And I was like, what if they had pudding basins though and they went to the Ancient Basin? 'Cause yeah. There was a video I planned to make once years ago about the British pudding, and I really wanted to try and convince people that Pudding Basin was the name of like a place. That there was somewhere in the country called Pudding Basin. And that's where puddings were made. Anyways, there is a tiny bit of masking fluid that is just hanging by like a micron here and will not be removed from the paper. There we go. Okay, got it. That was way too much work for that. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Let me once again find the photo that I had referenced of these 2 little creatures. Hollow Knight, Hot Springs, bugs. Cool. Anyways, I misspelled that entire search absolutely horribly, and yet I still found them. Yay! Okay, so their shells are sort of a bluish gray, so I'm gonna use the bluish black paint for that. And actually, they're both the same color scheme, which I love, because that makes it really easy for me to mix up these paints. And I love having an easy task, because it doesn't happen super often, but when it does, oh, it feels real good, you know? Okay, so they're like a lighter color on their tummies, and then their outer sort of their outer like back shells are a little bit darker. So I'll do their little tum-tums first. And actually their feet are the same color as their tum-tum. Again, nice and easy. Anyway, What's everyone up to today? Have you been having a good day? I hope you're having a good day. I'm having... I don't know if you can hear the bird song. I almost want to just shut up and let you guys listen to the bird song. It's so very vibrant out there right now. The birds are being very conversant. I love to hear it. It fills me with joy. It really does. I love birds. Okay. Okay. There we go. Nice and easy. Easy peasy. We have a buggy's dummy. Yay. Can I wonder if I can just peel off like this portion of it and leave that bit over there for when that area is fully dry, because if I try and pull the masking fluid off while that's wet, we run the risk of the paper tearing, and obviously the last thing we want is for the paper to tear, because that can kind of wreck the piece. And I would rather, despite the fact that this piece is deeply weird, and I'm not sure whether or not I like it that much, I would still rather it not get wrecked, you know? That's normal, I think. And I'm genuinely not sure if this I feel like this piece hasn't really turned out the way I planned, but it isn't done yet, so anything's possible. I mean, Elove just said it's so cute, which is very, very kind. Thank you. It was very nice of you to say. I am trying my best. And I fully recognize that this piece is kind of bizarre. I very much seem to have a tendency to kind of go a little bit off book with these pieces. Rather than just doing straight out of the game. I'm like, okay, but what if the little guy was casting a noise spell, but they've got sensitive ears today, so they've put on ear defenders before doing an abyss shriek? Because you know what, why not? Maybe they are feeling a little sensitive today. And so it stands to reason that they should get to put on their little ear defenders. That was that yesterday's? I think yesterday's was the ear defenders. Now I've got to go look and see whether it was yesterday's was the ear defenders. Yes, yesterday's was the ear defenders. That was the one that has the apparently a hidden comment that I'm not gonna look at while I'm streaming, just in case it is actually something rude. It's probably just someone saying like a swear word, but saying like I effing like this or something, because that usually seems to be the case with like we've hidden this comment, and then I look at it and I'm like, that's absolutely fine, unless Instagram is now being menaced by those bots that have been appearing on Twitter for a while, where like I just make a sincere post about like, I don't know, something to do with politics, and there's like 3 replies from 3 women who all look exactly the same and have the same profile photo but all have different names, to let me know that they've got nudes in their bio. And I'm grateful for the heads up, so I know not to click on them. Thank you. Thanks, ladies. Anyways. Delightful. Okay. This bit is still drying. So I'm gonna go in with a somewhat darker version of that blue, hopefully. And then very, very carefully paint in the shell. Yeah, I think that works. If it's not quite contrasty enough, we can always give it a second pass, a second wash. Oh, chat, friends, y'all, I wanted to tell you, I have, ahead of my birthday, which my birthday is on the 25th of this month, by the way, just in case you wanted to plan. I kid. But my birthday is on the 25th of this month. And I'm, indulging in some little treats, and I have purchased myself some paint that I have been looking at for a little bit. It is this like shiny iridescent duochrome paint, which is very exciting. It shows up completely different on a dark background to on a light background. And I got two colors. I got one color that's called Violet Fantasy. And it shows up like almost nothing, I think, on a white background versus on top of a dark color, whether it's dark paper or like dark paint. It shows up this like vibrant purple that also shifts into like turquoise green, I think, which is really cool and I think might be really, really useful for doing like things like bird plumage and maybe like interesting lighting effects and stuff. I think it could look really, really cool. Maybe some mermaidy situations. Speaking of mermaidy situations, the other color that I got was Oceanic, which shifts from this like sort of almost teal green to like a greenish gold color. They're very shimmery. They're very beautiful. They're the kinds of colors that I've tended to shy away from because they do not read well online. But they look really, really cool in person. And no one sees my paintings in person except me, with notwithstanding the very tiny number of originals that I've done. I have an original paintings tier on my Patreon now, which is the Little Guys tier, which is a lot of fun. I pick a medium to do like a little A7, so half this size portrait of like a little guy. Again, little guy's gender neutral. And anyone who's subscribed on that tier gets an original painting of a little guy in the medium of choice for that month. This month, it's Shire Blue, the super granulating watercolor, which I love because it's a liar, actually, because it's not blue, it's green. But the super granulating watercolors from Schminke are so much fun that I was like, I want to do more with this one specifically because it's full of shenanigans, but also it's real pretty. But yeah, I should probably make a post about that on my socials instead of just expecting people to remember, because we live in an information soup. You can't expect anyone to remember anything, but I'm very shy about self-promoting. Oh, it snapped. That was such a good peel. I was really hoping we'd just get like a continuous masking fluid peel there, but sadly no. Didn't quite fully make it, but never mind. There's one tiny little bit hanging on there. So let me just get rid of that. Okay. And now I can get the colors in on this little guy. Very carefully. Obviously, as soon as this is done, this is, you know, this is taking a lot less time to dry than the extremely wet washes we did for the background. So it shouldn't take too much longer to get this done. Okay. I don't really know what the deal is with these little guys, but I do think that they're very, very cute. I say little guys, they are significantly larger than the main character of the game, who is very much by definition a little guy. Who do we have an there's a stream sticker of the little guy. But you've seen them because they're the star of the other painting that we're working on. Okay, can you be a little bit darker, please? Can you be just a little bit darker? There you go. That's perfect. Okay, good job. Good job, me. Good job to this funky little bug creature. And their delicious, delicious pudding. I should probably just... What color does the pudding want to be? I guess it depends on what kind of pudding it is. I could do maybe... I could do maybe a super light wash of brown. A super light wash. I might add a little bit of... Yeah, super, super, super pale. Little wash to the pudding. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my teeny tiny brush, and once that's dry, I will add some little fruity bits in it, so it's like a spotted dick pudding, which I think would be really, really cute. This is the brush that I like to use for my line weights, because it's nice and teeny tiny. Oh, sorry. Come on, there we go. It's nice and teeny tiny. It's good for teeny tiny little details like that, which is fantastic. I need to remember what I'm making for tea. Sunshine, are we doing torts tonight? Okay. I'm having tortellini for dinner tonight. Is it tortellinis or ravioli? Okay. It's a filled pasta I'm making for dinner. It's got aubergine in it, which is delicious. And I'm just going to make a little tomato sauce to go along. Yum, yum. Ah, nice. We're very much in sort of like in the week pre-travel now, where I'm like trying to strategically think, okay, what is in the fridge that needs to be eaten before we leave? I want torts. They sound fun, says Sen. They are. It is just a bag of like ready-made filled pasta that we got from the supermarket. But they have like an aubergine filling, which is really Moorish. It's so good. I find sometimes that the fillings to some of these filled pastas can be kind of bland. And you don't end up tasting a lot of it. It's like it's there, it's a texture, but it doesn't always stand up to like a sauce that has ingredients in it besides like a little bit and actually they recommend that you serve it with like some like just some olive oil and like a shaving of parm, but I really like this filled pasta with like a tomato sauce around it, actually. Because I think that the like an aubergine filling, I think just works really well with like a tomato-based sauce. So I have some with arrabbiata filling, says Sen. Unless Mom made them when I wasn't home. Oh no, well I hope that you have some arrabbiata then, because yum, delicious. That's like a spicy tomato situation, if memory serves. Nice, nice. Okay. I'm going to slightly wet my brush with this wet brown paint. And then I'm going to pick up some, and I want this to be super dark, and I want to use the tiniest point possible to just add some tiny little speckles, little spots of fruit to that pudding. There we go. Yay! It is done. Hurrah! So silly, so silly. But there we go. Okay. Now I'm going to do the line weight for the ticket machine, or like the tram pass machine, whatever you want to call it. This thing here. What is this is that thing there? There's this lady on YouTube who made a video that was translating a French conversation directly into English. So instead of like normally we don't translate word for word. We understand that this phrase in this language means this phrase in English, right? Or whatever language you're translating to and from. So for things like what is that in French, you would say, if you translate directly into English, it's like, what is this is, that thing there? And it just does me such a giggle because I know enough of both languages to know that, yup. And I sent it to my father because he gets a real kick out of that kind of thing. As someone who also knows a bit of French. Anyways, just FYI, this isn't on the tram pass machine on the game, but I've added it here because this is some amazing human beings have actually gone and taken the like lettering from around the world of Hollow Knight and like figured out / adapted it to be like an alphabet. And so I've got here HTA, or Hallownest Transit Authority, is what this stands for. And that's just a fun Easter egg for someone who is way too invested in this game. But it also makes me giggle. So I'm going to add here's the little slot where you validate your tram pass. My brush is doing this thing where the bristles want to like separate out into two chunks, which is super not helpful when I'm trying to create a single unified, clean line. But never mind. Now this thing just looks like it's got a mouth, which was not my intention. But here we are. Oh, it's doing it again. I think I'm concerned that this brush is starting, despite my best efforts to preserve it, I'm a little concerned that this brush is starting to go bad. Which they often eventually do, which is always very, very frustrating when it happens. Because you try so hard to, like, preserve your brushes, but they can only withstand so much use before they start to get a little bit silly, in my experience. And I clean my brushes after every use very carefully using this brush cleaner. Other brands are available probably, but this is the one that I usually find. Being careful not to just like the brush around in it, but very carefully sort of like, brush strokes of cleaner in the direction of the way I want the bristles to be pointing, and then very carefully wipe it off on a tissue. Again, all the while maintaining and honing that point so that it holds as it dries. That stuff is very good, by the way. But, yeah. Now, I had a picture of the tram platform. Can I get oh, that's so low res. Oh, no. Hold up. Hollow Knight tram pass. Please, tram pass picture, please. Or tram pass machine picture, please. I am having to Google image search a lot of stuff because I don't have photos. I don't have, like, my own screen caps of everything. Despite the number of times I've played this gosh dang game, I don't have screen caps of everything because I don't necessarily think to screen cap stuff. But never mind. It's all fine. Can I get you to... Will you zoom in? Oh, okay, there we go. Alright, so... It's like that. It's like this, and then there's like a circle here. Or like a better circle because my brush was running out of paint. I'm just gonna dampen it down a smidge. There we go. Okay, cool. And then there's some detail on either side here. And then this bit kind of goes up like that. So, you've got the top of the machine. And little boingy bits. And it's got just a little spike sticking out the top for, I don't know, fun, I guess? Is that fun? Maybe that's fun. I don't know. Anyways. Somebody thought it was fun, or they probably wouldn't have done it. Anywho, I feel like there's like details that I've probably missed out from like the background and stuff, but I hope at least it gives the impression of they've just gotten off a tram. It ought to, I think. But anyways, I'm gonna go sideways for a minute, so apologies. Hopefully that doesn't make anyone dizzy. And I'm going to add in some floor texture so we can tell that we are in the Ancient Basin. Anyways, I will be doing a game stream tomorrow morning, BT dubs, if you want to come do cozy game time. At some point I'm going to finish Hollow Knight, and I'm going to have to find another game to play for a while. I don't know what game that'll be yet, but I do want to do something different for a bit, I think, when I'm done with this. But I don't know what yet. Could be interesting. I've got some options in, like, Steam that we could choose from, so it's not going to be a problem. It's just a question of figuring out what... Ooh, actually, I think I know what. I think I know what I want to do next. There are some games that I'd quite like to get as well that I don't have that I think would be really, really fun to play if I ever get the chance. Okay, I'm gonna try and paint in these little guys' eyes. Oh no, my picture's frozen from... Okay, no, never mind, it's unfrozen. weird. I was having a look at my playback and it froze for a second. I was like, no, my hand is definitely in motion. What's going on there? So I don't know if you felt that on your end, if it was just my computer being a little funky little so-and-so, but I do apologize if you did notice it. Hopefully it wasn't too troublesome, if so. Okay, this brush is really starting to try to go bad now, and I really don't want it to, because I've only had it for like less than a year, I think. I've gotten a good amount of use out of it, certainly, but I've only had it for like less than a year, so I'd really rather it didn't die on me. I think the thing to play next after Hollow Knight, says Samantha, is Hollow Knight run number 13. I mean, there are new and other ways of playing Hollow Knight that we haven't yet. There are things I haven't beaten in Hollow Knight. I still haven't done all of the Pantheons, because I'm a baby and I'm also not a very good gamer. I'm an enthusiastic gamer, but I'm not necessarily the best gamer. And that's not me being self-deprecating, by the way, that's just me being realistic. It's okay to be realistic about the fact that you have weaknesses, and that other people might have more skills at a thing than you do. Like, that's okay. It's healthy to recognize one's own weaknesses, and, you know, potentially work on them, or potentially just be fine with the fact that, you know, you're not the best at everything. I'm okay with that. There are a lot of things that, to be honest, I wouldn't necessarily be super... I don't care about enough to want to spend the time getting good at. I like being good at Hollow Knight, but the most important aspect of being good, I think, is just having fun. If I'm having fun at Hollow Knight, then I'm good enough. This despite the fact that one of the characters does say "get good" at one point. I'm told that that's not actually what they're saying, but, you know, I know what I heard. I'm kidding. Anyways, Samantha says, you'll have a save file that's perfect for the Pantheon because you'll let Zote die the death he wanted. I mean, I did get the neglect achievement, and you know what? I am genuinely tempted. One of the reasons I wanted to do it, now that I'm thinking of it, was indeed to attempt the Pantheon without having to fight Zote. She is 100% telling you to get good! I love that line. It's so funny. I am trying to get good. I really am. I am trying my very best. But mostly I'm here to have fun. And if that isn't valid, then I don't know. I don't want to be valid. I just want to be a little guy dooting around and doing their best. And having that best be enough. You know? I hope there wasn't some secret artwork somewhere where you can actually see, like, the bottom portion of these guys, and actually I've gotten it entirely wrong. I feel kind of bad about that if so, but I don't think that's the case. So, I'm gonna not worry about it for now. Unless Team Cherry come... Oh, speaking of Team Cherry, this is a weird thing that's happened to me. So, for those who don't know, I'm actually gonna pop a link to it here. I do have a VOD channel. I didn't save or host my VODs anywhere for a really long time because I genuinely didn't think that anyone would be interested in watching any of my streams after the fact. But I had a couple of people ask if I had a VOD channel and if there was somewhere where they could watch my VODs. So I made a YouTube channel, which is where my VODs live now. I have an actual YouTube channel where I make videos as well. I'll pop a link to that in the chat as well. But it is at Extra Sammy Kelch where my Twitch VODs live. And the reason that I mention this is that as I mentioned, on Fridays I play video games, and I've been playing quite a bit of Hollow Knight in the last couple of years because it is an incredibly fun game, and I am frankly in love with it. Probably one of my favorite games of all time. Victus, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome on and hope you're having a lovely day. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh, yes. So, the thing is, I have been, the last couple times I've uploaded a VOD of a gameplay stream, most of which lately have been Hollow Knight, with a couple of exceptions. I've received a copyright flag notification as soon as the upload goes up to say that, oh, this contains the title music from the game Hollow Knight, and so we've made a copyright ID claim for the game music in your video, which means that if your channel is monetized, you can't earn from that stream. And I suppose that any ad revenue would go to the claimant. Here's the thing. Team Cherry, the developers of Hollow Knight, who have said in no uncertain terms on multiple occasions that you are entirely 100% allowed to use Hollow Knight gameplay and yada 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 to make videos for, you know, like review and discussion and gameplay and let's plays of their game. And they grant free license for creators to do so. And they grant free license for users to monetize that content if they choose to. And so, every time I receive one of these, I now have a copy pasta, like a copy paste, text, which I go to the copyright strike thing, I click dispute, I say, I have a license to use this music, and then I say, this claim is false. Team Cherry have said that users are allowed to create content that uses their game and its music. Here is their statement in full, and here is a link to that statement on their website. And I just don't understand. I think it must be like just bots or something making these claims and hoping that maybe people won't notice or something. But I don't know, but it's like, okay, someone, I don't know what the benefit is for anybody to do that. Because it's like, you don't own this music. I mean, I don't either, but I'm allowed to use it in my video, so leave me alone. Very bizarre, very annoying. But basically what happens is if you dispute a copyright claim like this, the person making the claim has 30 days to respond. If they respond to be like, no, actually we do own this, and here's proof, then the copyright claim remains. If they say nothing, then the claim is released and your video no longer has a claim on it. And if there was any like ad revenue or anything on the video, it is released to you. The whole thing is real stupid. But yeah, if you are someone who does Hollow Knight gameplay or anything like that, and that happens to you, Team Cherry have said to, just please go ahead and dispute those claims. They're not from them, and you're allowed to use that gameplay and that music. So, yeah. I always get super freaked out by claims and stuff, though, partially because I do still have a Redbubble page, but I don't really upload things to Redbubble anymore because it's a pain in the backside and I rarely sell anything there. Partially because I just cannot be bothered to, I can't be bothered to promote that and everything else that I do. It just feels, I don't know, it feels bad, man. So I just don't. But it just feels like at some point it just feels like spamming, and I don't want to spam people who are nice enough to, be complimentary about my artwork. Anyways, But Redbubble once informed me that one of my artworks was taken down because of a claim by Hasbro that they owned it because it related to Dungeons and Dragons. Now here's the thing, it was an elf. It was not a specific elf from like a specific Dungeons and Dragons like module or anything. It wasn't like an elf that was a specific part of like any of the D&D sort of lore of the D&D realm or anything like that. It was just a generic little elf lady, and she looked real cute, and I liked her a lot, and it got taken down. And I was able to submit a counterclaim, so I wrote back and I said, not in these exact words, but I basically said, I'm sorry, no. The concept of a fantasy character with pointed ears is not the property of Hasbro. This is an incorrect and false claim, and I am asserting that I do actually own the rights to this original character that is not related to Dungeons and Dragons or anything that Hasbro owns. And you know what Redbubble did? They never got back to me. I even sent a follow-up email saying, hey, just wondering what's going on with this, and bupkis. And that was kind of when I decided that, you know what, maybe this site isn't for me. And I'm just gonna have a shop. I do have a shop. Oh, damn. I was gonna have a message pinned in the chat to say that I updated my shop a few days ago. And I completely forgot to do it. Anyways, I'm telling you now, I updated my shop a few days ago. In case you're curious as to what that looks like, I'm going to make you look at it for a second. Because I quite like some of the new pieces that we put up. That's why. There's also Hollow Knight art there, but I don't know if y'all are into that. But I will tell you that we do have some quite cute gubbins. Like these! Yay! So we've got these gnome husbands who are make regular appearances on the stream. In sticker form this time. We've also got this cringe duo. The one on the left says, don't kill the part of you that is cringe, kill the part of you that cringes. And the one on the right says, cringe but free. Because I'm trying to be okay with the fact that I'm always going to be a little bit cringe, and you know what? Who cares? Who cares? Cringe is fine. Be cringe. That just means that you're enjoying yourself. Who cares? Honestly. And then there's a sticker sheet as well, because I love sticker sheets. I think they're super fun, and this one is a bunch of milk guys I painted a while ago. Tag yourself. I am currently the banana milk with no brain cells left. They're just no thoughts, head empty. That's me right now. Anyways, this is actually a set of 3 prints in the middle here. I didn't really know how to present them, but I felt like they kind of are a bit of a narrative, so they need to go together. So it's a set of 3 prints. I really like this one on the left of the werewolf and the vampire bat having a little snuggle together, because it's spooky and it's wholesome, and also the werewolf's little snaggly tooth turned out really cute. And then the one over on the far right, it's just a little sort of single color monochromatic little seascape piece of a couple little guys hanging out by a lighthouse and looking out over a stormy sea, as you do. I also made prints of the cringe duo because I have no chill. I also did a print of this skeleton lady who I feel like is just living inside a gothic novel. And also Terry doing some gardening out in his magical vegetable patch. And I think that's it for the update. Yeah, the rest of it is Hollow Knight art, which is, I've got a couple left of these Hollow Knight art prints that I did a very limited edition of all of them. So yeah, that's my shop. Now you know. Thanks for looking at them. But anyways, Samantha says, to my knowledge, a copyright strike on YouTube has only ever been correct once in all of history. Sounds about right. I'm sure I know someone who's a musician and got a copyright notification on one of their videos for their own music. Which feels a little dodgy. But you know, Sen says, Etsy randomly just decided to close my shop without notice. Yeah, plus all the fees all the time. No thanks. Yeah, I don't I used to be an Etsy user. I used to really love Etsy. The fees are so high that I had an Etsy shop for a long time. I had to actually, and I kept it while also having my Ko-fi shop for a while because I was like, it's harder for new people to find my Ko-fi shop because it doesn't have the same search and discoverability settings as Etsy. So I maintained an Etsy shop. But the trouble with having an Etsy shop is that, like, I was making about a third less money on each item because of the number of fees. And so I had to put my prices up on Etsy, and I decided, actually, you know what, no, because I feel bad about anyone coming to my work and paying more for something that I'm already trying to keep the costs as low as possible on, because I do try and keep my costs down wherever I can, because I recognize that, like, life is expensive, and it's nice to be able to get a stupid little cute thing that brings me joy. So I want to make sure that, like, my art prints are as, like, accessibly priced and stickers and all that are as accessibly priced as I can make them as a small individual creator. I couldn't do that on Etsy because their fees were too high and I was literally losing money doing it. So, no thank you. But yeah, you lose that discoverability if you're on just, like, your own website, but I think the trade-off is that you don't get just absolutely nailed with just ridiculous fees. Anyways, Samantha says, maybe Redbubble forgot that Wizards retracted their proposed new OGL that said they own everything you make within the D&D system, which was terrible and no one liked it. So, it's a good thing that they retracted it, but it was absolutely because people noticed and complained. Let's be real. Samantha says, oh my, that skeleton lady is showing off her tibias. How scandalous. Ew. I know, right? But you know, when you've got good tibia situation. Also, she's dooting around like a corridor in the dark. She doesn't want her skirts to be floating around her ankles and tripping over things. So, she's trying to stay safe, and I respect that. Anyways, but also yes, did not leave myself very much space to put my surname in my signature there, but there's my signature. I'm going to take the little tape pieces off of the edges of this, if I can, very, very carefully. So this is Ancient Basin, as best as I could. I actually think it turned out pretty cute, in the end. The background is a little jank, but honestly, I'm fine with that. And we didn't finish the other piece today, which is also fine, because, I didn't think we were gonna. I figured I'd probably finish it tomorrow. Or maybe I'll finish it later tonight if I decide to come back and do a little bit of off-stream work.
Attention,
Twitch user
Kirsty!
shoppers.
Hello! Well, maybe we are finishing the other piece after all, because Kirsty's just come in. Hello, Kirsty. Welcome on in. How's it going? Lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Sinsit. Hello, Tals. Hello, Casa. How's it going, friends? Lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Splash Inkling. Hello, Kirsty. Kirsty, how was your stream? Let me get a shout out for you in the chat. Speaking of Hollow Knight Art Month, it is the final boss of Hollow Knight Art Month. It's the lovely Kirsty who came up with this idea for having an art month for Hollow Knight in the first place. Hello, and hello Artrex. Welcome in. How's everyone doing? Lovely to see you. Welcome on in. We just finished Ancient Basin. And I hope that it's okay. It's very silly. It's very stupid. We're at the tram stop and they've just gotten off the tram. Kirsty says, "Oh my goodness, these two little guys." Thank you, friends. So allow me to explain for anyone who isn't, I don't know, as unhinged as I am and hasn't followed the. Okay, allow me to. I need to explain this piece, is what I'm trying to say to anyone who's just come in. So, the Ancient Basin is an area in Hollow Knight that has a tram stop. These two have just gotten off the tram at the Ancient Basin. When you meet these two characters in the game, they are in a hot spring. I won't tell you where, just in case you haven't played and you want to be surprised. It is a very steamy hot spring, so they have been steaming these puddings in their ancient basins, and now they have gone to the ancient basin with their ancient basins. It's meta basin situation. There's a lot of basin happening here. They are spotted dick puddings, as you can see. If you look really closely, you can see the spots in the pudding. Anyways, so that's what we've been painting. Because got problems. Anyways, Kirsty, how was the stream? How did you go? How did things go? What did you finish today? What were you working on? And I would love to hear all about it. If anybody doesn't know, I think I just mentioned Kirsty is the final boss of Hollow Knight Art Month, in as much as she came up with the prompt list. And she is also a very, very, very skilled artist in her own right and is doing some lovely, lovely, lovely work for the Hollow Knight situation. And we love to see it. And if anyone's unfamiliar with me, allow me to introduce myself. Hello. My name's Twitch user Sammy Kelch. I'm a variety streamer. I do cozy art streams on Mondays and Thursdays. I do cozy game streams on Fridays and very occasionally on Sundays. Guess what? We're playing Hollow Knight tomorrow morning. You'll never guess. I'm waiting at the top of the pantheon, says Kirsty. Absolute Kirsty. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I am never getting out of this fight alive. Yeah, anyways. Kirsty was having a nice time chatting as always, gradually working on the Ancient Basin White Palace a bit. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. I think I saw the work in progress of that. Now I'm remembering, and it looked very, very cool, and I cannot wait to see what it looks like when it's done. Hell yeah! In case anyone's wondering what my artwork looks like when it's not Hollow Knight, I can show you that as well. And it looks like I am scrolling way down into my Instagram to find a bit that is not Hollow Knight art, because obviously I've been doing it for the last few days. But oh, this is just a little sketch, but this is a little sketch I did for a friend of mine a little while ago, which is just a little tender moment between a little guy and their vampire boyfriend. Hello, what's happening?
Attention.
Maddie,
Twitch user Sammy Kelch.
Maddie, thank you very much for the follow, and all bandkind, hello, welcome on in. Thank you for the raid. Welcome. How's it going? It's lovely to see you, and welcome on in. Imaginary Penguin, hello. Hell Angel, hello. All band kid, hello. Imaginary Penguin, thank you for the follow. All bandkind. I was reading that entirely incorrectly. Welcome in, and thank you for the follow as well. Oh my goodness gracious. Thank you. Amy Jo _ Rebecca. Hello and welcome on in. Getting a lot of notifications here. If I read all of the notifications, I don't know. I think I missed some of them. I can't see them because my stream view is not letting me look at them. Help, Sweet Bee. Thank you very much for the follow as well. Hello, friends. Hello. I hope that you had a lovely stream. Dan, what did you get up to today? What were you working on? Were you doing some artwork? Were you doing some games? Were you doing some other stuff? TTS usually calls him All Ban Ned Kind. So you're in good company, says Amy Jo. Thank you for the follow and thank you for the... That is wild. All Ban Ned Kind. Sure, why not? Perfect time for me to raid and run for dinner, but I love you, Sammy friends. Thank you again, Kirsty, for the raid as well. Oh my goodness. Hello, here are my hands. Hi. Anyways, let me get another shout out for you, Kirsty. Kirsty also just raided. But yes, band. If I may call you that. Let me know what else to call you. If you have got anything that you would like to share with us, feel free to whisper a link in my direction. I would love to share it with the class. Was doing some artwork, mostly doodling, some focused. Ooh, very, very, very fun. Sounds like a nice time. I hope you had a wonderful stream. Band is just fine. Fantastic. I will say band then. Thank you. I will also get a shout out for you. Oh, band. Kind. There we go. That should work. And there you go. If you're not following band, go do that! Because you can! And thank you once again for the raid. I really appreciate it. I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday, and I hope you had a lovely stream! Hell yeah. Also, Kirsty's just left, so, here's some Kirsty art that I think looks incredibly cool. This is a piece that she did for Egg Day for Hollow Knight Art Month, and I love this so much. Oh my goodness. The artistry, but also just the like emotion that she has managed to get into this like very blank expressioned character is so good, and the depth of this piece is just, I love it. Okay, anyways, that's Kirsty. Band, welcome in, and thank you again. And let me get another shout out for you. Hopefully it'll let me do another shout out. Sometimes it times this out and won't let me do more than one in a short space of time. I have to wait 29 more seconds before giving you a shout out. I'm so sorry, Beth. Anyways, this is what we've been working on. This is a piece about the Ancient Basin in Hollow Knight. Splash Inkling's gotta walk the dog. Hope you have a good art and a good rest of your day, friends. You too. I hope you have a lovely time with the doggo. Please give them some pets and some scritches from us. No worries. I'm happy to be here and see you, Horses Band. Hell yeah. Let me try again. Shout out to... Oh, that's not how you spell shout out. Hold on. I spelled shot out. That's not gonna work, is it? There we go. Shout out. There we go. Yay! It worked. Anyways, thank you again for the raid. I really appreciate it. This is what we've been working on today. We've got... Alright, sweet. I've got some linkage. So let's go have a little look-see, shall we? I have to do some technical finagling in the background to get there, but yay, we made it. Okay, sweet. Let's go. This is Band's Instagram. At least it wasn't a shark. It says Amy. Oh no! I'd be very alarmed if it was. Oh my goodness. Oh, sweet. We've got ourselves a very interesting looking Harley Quinn here, who's very, very cool. Hello, friend. Oh my god, I love your textures. I love your textures so much. It is chef's kiss. This is fantastic. What an interesting, a duper villain. I love them. That is very, very cool. Oh, hello. Ah, Major Fugburka. Oh, they're so cute. They're so cute. That's awesome. That is awesome. I love what you do with the inks. The textures are so good. Who's this? Hold up. Who's this? The Phantom of the Mothra? Okay, yeah. Anyone who's been here for any amount of time probably knows that I love the Mothmen. I love the Mothman. We've got some Mothman friends of the stream here. This is a fantastic Mothman, and I love them with my whole heart. Oh my goodness. Hell yeah. Have some love, especially for Mothman, but that is rad as heck. Here, have a follow. Oh, thank you, and thank you so much for sharing, and thank you for rating and all that jazz, and thank you. I really appreciate it. And yeah. So this piece is pretty much done. So, tell you what, let's ruin this piece before we call it a day for today. I'm gonna have to head out fairly shortly, but I think we've got just enough time to effectively ruin this piece. And when I say ruin this piece, the prompt for this one was Shadegate, which is a type of sort of barrier that exists in the world of Hollow Knight that you have to have a specific skill in order to pass through. This, we don't normally see it from this angle, so I'm kind of just making educated guesses here as to what it might look like. And just messing in some nasty, shadowy unpleasantness on top of all of these beautiful colors that I went to great lengths to make look good, and now I'm just covering it up with like shadowy garbo, which is very funny. Oh no, I've just dropped my palette. I got some paint on my trousers, but it's fine. It's mostly paint water. Everything's okay, don't sweat it. That sounded much more frantic than it did, because great news, none of it got on the carpet, so we're all good. We are all good. Anyways, I want to mostly fill all of this in with this, and then while it's still a little bit wet, I can give it... I should probably tape this down. I do a lot of artwork. A few, says Amy Jo. Yeah, this will go through the wash. It'll be fine. They're just my pajim jam trousers, so it's not like anyone sees them anyways. So I'm just trying to get some sort of inky tentacles sort of bleeding their way through and along this this gated pathway, as it were. I don't know whether or not this is going to be very effective, but I'm just going to keep trying until it feels like it is. Just keep adding stuff until it feels done, I suppose. And hope for the best, as you do. Anyways, how is everybody doing? How is your Thursday going? I hope it is good. I hope you're having a nice time. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Maybe just add some inky artifacts sort of round the outside of it as well, just to make it feel extra foreboding. Get some more color on my brush. Sometimes when I start like talking to myself, I'm like, oh man, am I getting Bob Rossi in here? And you know what? I don't mind that, because you know, Bob Ross is a very cozy vibe, actually. I've watched my fair share of Bob Ross tutorials, and I think they're fun. So I'm cool with that. This is basically a game asset / element that we don't normally see from this angle, so to try and like capture what it would look like from this angle, I don't feel like I've done a very good job. But I also don't know what else I would do to try and encapsulate what it would look like in this way. What I think I am going to do is I'm going to just darken down the ground a little bit more that the little guy is standing on. Oh shoot, hold up. Where's my tissue gone? Anyways, Van says Bob Rossi, this is a great vibe. Hell Angel says very hot but nice day overall. Oh my goodness, it has gotten warm. It is absolutely getting warm. We're getting I think it's gonna go back down a little bit in like a week or so, but we're having a real warm snap here. To the extent that I went into a shop after a little bit of a walk in the afternoon the other day, and the shopkeeper was like enjoying the air condition, and I'm like, oh boy, yeah, because I was so sweaty. And it's like done like a 15-minute walk, and I was like, woof. Anywho, there are worse artist vibes to emulate than Robert Ross, says Samantha. I wholeheartedly agree. Absolutely. I do think that I don't know. He seems like he was a pretty chill dude. You know, just wants to paint and share the love and the joy of painting and make people happy with paintings. There are certainly worse vibes that a person could express. Anyways, this is kind of looking more like weird seaweed streamers or something, but I just want it to sort of be kind of murky and gross, but you can still kind of see what's on the other side of it. I feel like it'll look better once this little guy's painted in. But now my paint is all wet, so I can't really do anything with this. And I've also just seen the time, and I've run way over today. So I think I'm gonna have to call it here for today. Let's look at the thing that I actually finished instead of the thing that is very incomplete, because it'll make me feel better about myself. There we go. So this was the Ancient Basin, which turned out, I mean, it's stupid, but you know, it's kind of cute. But anyways, I've had so much fun today. Sorry to be leaving you so soon after a raid, but I really do need to go cook dinner. Van says, have a great day. It was nice to meet you. It was so nice to meet you as well. And thank you once again for the raid. I really appreciate trusting me with your lovely community. Running over seems to be the theme of the day, says Rex. Apparently so. But yes, thank you to Ban for the raid. Thank you to Kirsty as well and Struble earlier on. And thank you all for hanging out with me. It's been a lot of fun. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. I'm going to take a look and see who else is online, and we can go share the love over in their direction as well. Let's see. Is there someone I have? Oh, hello. Hello. Let me just make sure that they're not just about to finish. But if they're not just about to finish, this is someone I haven't had a chance to raid in a little while. So, if it will pop up. Oh no. Twitch has been messing again with its, like, raid user panel. Okay, she has, like, basically just started. So we're gonna raid Patsy, who is another lovely artist doing some sketchbooking, which is very exciting. Patsy does really, really sweet art. She's very, very pleasant vibes, very cool, very wholesome. So we're gonna send a generic raid message over to Patsy and give her lots and lots and lots of love. I shall append the Anana emote. So feel free to grab the raid call with the emotes if you have the emotes. If you don't have the emotes, you can just say generic raid message. And if you wanna add some emotes of your own, you've got some cool emotes, by all means go for it. Regardless, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. It's been very nice to hang out with you. Had a wonderful time painting today. And thank y'all for keeping me company. I will be back tomorrow morning. But regardless, hope to see you again soon. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. And yeah, goodbye, everyone. And good night.